The World Series is set as the Toronto Blue Jays took down the Seattle Mariners behind a Springer dinger yet again. And seventh inning was where it took place. The Toronto Blue Jays now take on the Dodgers on Friday night in the series. There was some good news for Seattle as the Seahawks took down the Houston Texans 27-19. Sam Darnold led the way. Smith and Jigma caught a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in. I'm AJ. And look who's here. Look who's here. Mr. San Antonio himself. Mr. Rob Thompson.
Hold your applause. I'll be here all week. Go
Good
vote.
morning, Robert. Good
Go
morning.
vote today. Get up, go vote. Go vote.
How
Go
are you,
vote.
good sir?
I'm very good. Thank you. Very good. For a
Good,
fine
good.
Tuesday, fine sporting day.
And look who's not here.
The torta man is
Victor Brown. Oh, I need a day off. No explanation. Just kind of like says it randomly while he's walking out the door. Oh, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Huh? And then he's just gone.
And then I'm going to send you an email for a calendar invite to not be here next week too. But,
yeah.
we'll get into. He's a vet move.
I think he's got a drug problem, honestly.
Well, he takes a lot of drugs, but they're pharmaceutical grade kidney medications.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he's got a problem, where I think he might be addicted to
things that keep him alive.
dialysis or something. I don't know.
Well, we're trying to avoid that. That's the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, show up to work, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's missed, although he's asleep right now.
I mean, get to work,
But in his stead, standing in his space behind the double pane glass. How hot is it in there, Edwin?
Not too hot.
Not too hot? Keep in mind the equipment could overheat.
That's not my problem.
No, well, that would be your problem.
It would be, in fact, your problem. I'm just curious.
Yeah, you're now running the show.
I know that the AC is not so strong in there.
I'm fine.
Oh, well, you carry on.
Okay.
I want him to be comfortable.
Are you wearing shorts?
He doesn't have any pants on.
Do you ever wear shorts?
Yeah, I do on the weekends.
Okay. That's very
That's
professional.
right. You know, you're one of the few of the talent side of the house that doesn't wear shorts to work.
No, I'm professional.
Is it that, or you don't like the way your
You know,
legs look?
Do you think you have chicken legs?
No, I just, you have to be professional at work. I don't wear shorts.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate that.
Well,
I'm casual on the
You
weekends.
got jeans on.
What's that say about Rob then?
Yeah, am I unprofessional? By inference.
You and
To be-
Vic are unprofessional.
I am unprofessional.
But not I. You mean, right?
Yeah, look.
Not AJ, because
Would you wear a hat to work? Is that professional?
Depends.
Okay. Depends on just your mood.
Cowboy beret.
Yeah, the team.
Oh,
really.
the team.
Oh,
okay.
team. I was just
'Cause
saying.
I only wear sports hats
Oh,
of my teams.
like Milwaukee, but you wouldn't wear that.
yeah, if
today,
they're
would
still
you?
playing, I'll be wearing it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen you in a hat.
When I go to the remotes, I wear it.
when he
Okay.
puts on his shorts.
On the weekends.
On the
Weekends only.
When you put on your shorts.
Weekends only. Hey, what a big day. What a big day.
It is a glorious
It's
day.
Opening night, friends, in the National Basketball Association. Oh, yes. The NBA gets underway today.
There's something to the sound of a ball on hardwood that just kind of makes the heart flutter.
Does it?
Oh, to me, there is no better sound in the world. Early in the morning, hear one ball dribbling in a dark gym. It's poetry, man. It's my heartbeat.
Well, we may, if I'm not mistaken, let me do some quick background check here, but I think the opening matchup here tonight in the NBA is between the two favorites to win the NBA championship. Maybe
We have Houston and OKC on NBC, followed by Golden State Lakers.
let me see. Where's the finals?
The lines for the finals?
Yeah, where's
Well, this would be Western Conference, I would assume. Houston and OKC would be 1-2.
What the hell, man? What the hell? Yeah, I don't see finals. Here it is, champion. Yeah. I was wrong. Rockets are not the second favorite.
Really?
The Nuggets are.
Oh, well, man, $90 million doesn't get you very far.
I guess not. Yeah.
About $90 million would have sent you into at least second in contention.
Yeah, well, that's not the case.
Everybody got paid yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of
Except
folks.
Jeremy Sohan.
Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. Yeah, it's funny. Listen, it's been football season. We haven't talked a lot of NBA in the off season. I don't know why, but only the NFL do I care about in its off season. Like, if it's not happening, like the NFL's the only sport I can be like, okay, I'll talk about NFL every day.
Well, because we don't have very much time to do it.
I guess so.
Well, we're going to be playing basketball till June. So
that is true.
We got some time to prepare. And basketball, in its nature, much like baseball, is only really governed by a week of true off-season drama.
Yeah.
That 1 4-day period of free agency. Other than that, there is
the draft.
The draft, like every team, every league. I mean, baseball draft doesn't matter, but most drafts matter, So that's everybody gets that weekend. But the NFL, because we have such a short time, we had to create another season that we call the off season and act as if, and keep ourselves excited about a new contract or a player landing someplace else, because the season itself is so compacted. We're halfway through, and just about a season that seems like we just started. So I like the fact that basketball is self-contained. We talk about it in season, and we talk about it for about a week out of season, and that's about it.
Well, we are officially in season.
Here we sit on
as
NBC,
of today,
and on NBC to rekindle the old flame that spurs when you hear that NBC basketball theme. It makes you think title.
It's been a while,
20 years.
I'd say due.
Oh, back in the day.
I mean, probably not due this year, but it's due soon.
There's a great spot that NBC, OAI, KMOL, Channel 4, however you want to define them. That's got them bringing basketball back, and it's got Don Harris getting ready and dusting off an old NBA on NBC cap and kind of humming the theme. It's a well done spot.
Well, I am in on the basketball tonight, mostly because the rest of the world is off for sports. They decided we're just gonna.
Well, that's why they packed 2 NFL games into.
Yes.
A 9:30 kickoff.
It's either Florida International, Kennesaw State, or Thunder Rockets. That's our options tonight. So I think I'll watch the basketball. I don't think I'm going to stay up late for the Lakers Warriors game.
I hate Kennesaw State, but that's a whole other story.
Ooh, that's a spicy take.
That's what we do, right? We just love.
A hot take.
My hot take of the day is Kennesaw State sucks.
They're 4-2. They're 2-0 in Conference USA already. They're doing well, and here you are just hating.
Just don't like them,
man. Okay, well, we'll see. They're favored tonight. I'm going to be against them.
Good.
Good. Well, I'm only on your advice.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. And you told me they suck. I said, you know what? All right, I put some money down on that. So here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. We're done with baseball for at least a few days. Friday, we'll get into the World Series.
Yeah, we get 4, maybe 5 more games.
Yeah.
We got a few more games left.
The Blue Jays get the job done last night. Really fun game.
It was a fun game.
I wish it would have gone the other way. I think Rob agrees. We, Rob and I have long talked about the United States potentially going to war with Canada.
They should.
And, we've been for that war. But
blame Canada.
Yeah, it has not happened yet. And once it does, I'm sure the Blue Jays will be out of Major League Baseball.
So proxy war. We send the Dodgers to do the
murdering for us.
Yeah, the Army's bidding.
I think actually that's going to happen.
Into the ghettos of Toronto.
I think that's going to happen. I think the Dodgers might win.
They're our National Guard.
Yes. That is the Tyler Glasnow and Freddie Freeman on the front lines.
That's right, taking care of business.
I mean, you see them; they're dressed I mean, they're dressed like ice. Like you wouldn't know. Like you might think they're a baseball player, but no, they're actually there to arrest you and put you into a cell.
And from what I hear, the Japanese are kicking in a few guys to help.
Yes, at least a couple.
Yeah.
At least a couple.
I mean, the world hates Canada.
They're sending their best.
They are.
The Japanese, they're sending their best.
And I'm sure there's a couple of other, Latinx types that have joined in
I think so.
We call it the Coalition of the Willing.
Yes.
To just beat the crap out of Canada.
I think that's a good name for it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good name for it. All right. We will, on the other side, we will discuss that Major League Baseball game from last night and actually look ahead to the World Series, see if there's anything worth breaking into. We'll get into the odds of it, the MVP odds and whatnot. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared that accident on Loop 410 southbound at Highway 90. Still a bit slow, though, from right around Marbach. 35 northbound Wheatner to Judson. Now, that is road work. It's got the roadway reduced to one lane. It's going to take you a solid 20 minutes to get through, and you're going to start to slow down right around Thousand Oaks. On 35 northbound, Eisenhower to Walsham, left lane closed, and 35 northbound 410 south cutoff Rittiman. We've got roadwork blocking the right lane, exit ramp blocked as well. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Energy slipping away, losing your edge? Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center offer a quick free T test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting at trtmvp.com.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999, plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit, because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great-tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So, I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's when the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Is this what you want me to sing today, Edwin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Center field.
World Series participants are determined. It felt like the Mariners were in control of that game all night.
I felt until about the fourth inning. I thought Seattle had they were diligent.
It was 3-1, and they the Blue Jays were just not really piecing anything together.
No, and that's why I thought, but there wasn't enough to cap it. And, they just a home run here, they got
and Julio and Dumper both hit home runs, both solo.
Yeah, and you're kind of like, yeah, but you remember you're on the road, and this team, the thing about Toronto is their bottom half of that lineup is still good. They still can hit. At least they have been anyway, and they did.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It sucks. But I still have a soft spot in my heart for George Springer, and I did feel good for him last night. Yeah. I've been around George a lot. He's a good dude. I know there's people who he's a cheater. But for what it's worth, he's a very good dude, and one of the best postseason performers in Major League Baseball history comes through
would
again.
Would you rather be known for that than just being a great player? Because he's a good player. He ain't a great player, but he's a good player. But postseason, would you want to be known as a dude that just kind of his best stuff he saves? And, regular season, you want him around, but he's not going to be a difference maker till it really matters.
Yeah, I think there's something to that. I mean, I think there's something to the guys who are the best when the lights are the bright. And it's there's guys like Robert Ory who have made a career out of.
What a great example. I agree. I have no problem with that. Although I have run into people who who have said that he doesn't really appreciate that moniker. That hey man, I'm good all the time. I don't want to be known as just a bright lights player. But on the negative of that, Kirk Cousins is microwave because you can't use solar because he only works good in the sun. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you know what I mean. So there's other sides of this. Kirk Cousins can't
like,
win a primetime game. So
Mike Trout's never been allowed
Exactly.
into a playoff baseball game.
But on the spectrum of baseball player, you think of the evolution of man. There's Mike Trout here, and Springer's like Cro-Magnon. He's not quite the baseball player that Trout is, but he's certainly got the ring and the glory of big time Springer, man. You could feel it, man. When he was walking up, you knew, I've kind of been here before. I've seen him do this. It was a different uniform, but this is kind of where he does it. He gets paid.
Springer moves into a tie for third all-time on career postseason home runs. Trailing only, do you know the two?
I know Manny's up there. He's
Manny's
number one. Two postseason? And I don't know.
Jose Altuve.
Wow.
27
I
postseason home runs for
that.
Jose Altuve. That's a crazy number.
But I don't think of Altuve as just a bright lights player.
Well,
I don't know why.
mean, he won an MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it. There were a couple guys on the old the Yankees team that was in the best example. Bernie Williams was like
just a nice guy who showed up in October.
Bernie Williams was a good player. Dude, in the playoffs, that dude was the man. But Bernie Williams, the all-time leader in postseason RBI.
Crazy. Bernie
Williams, yeah. And he that until last night, George Springer had 22 home runs, same as Bernie Williams. Although Bernie Williams had a lot more plate appearances.
I was going to say he had a lot of reps and a lot of guys on base, obviously.
Yeah. George Springer moves into a tie with Kyle Schwarber, who I feel like Kyle Schwarber hit all of his postseason home runs in like 1 year, or like maybe in one game. I don't know.
With his Cubs run?
Yeah. I mean, he just went on a tear. But yeah, there is something to being like one of those a postseason dude.
I love that. I would be proud to own that. Like when it matters the most, I am here.
And I always think about, like, for the Astros particularly, the Correa, Altuve, Springer, Bregman, all of them have done good things in the postseason. Whereas when I was a kid, the Astros, like, and even I say when I was a kid, but probably more like when I was in my 20s, like the Killer Bees era. Those guys stunk in the playoffs. Bagwell, Biggio, they were the reason the Astros couldn't win in the playoffs, because those two guys, their best players, were always duds in the postseason. So I don't know that I want to be known like just as a guy who showed up in the playoffs.
But of the two,
yeah,
I'd rather still be playing due to my exploits.
And I use this example all the time in the NFL. There are very few statistics in regular season football that would suggest that Tom Brady is a better football player than Peyton Manning. But it is just widely and generally accepted that Tom Brady is greater than Peyton Manning because of what he did in the postseason.
Yeah.
And so we weigh it so heavily that, I mean, Jordan versus LeBron.
Right.
You know, if LeBron James were 7-0 in the postseason or 7-0 in NBA Finals, we wouldn't have much of a discussion.
There is none.
So
and we chase that, but given the alternative for what Springer's going to deal with for the next 3 days is his exploits in the postseason and opportunistic and doing all the things that he did. But the fact of the matter is, I'd much rather be known as that. Now the series itself, what they've gotten themselves into. I hope that we have these kind of heroics.
So I think everybody is. I'm certainly going to be cheering for the Blue Jays.
I don't know if I can cheer for them. I'm certainly not going to cheer for the Dodgers.
I'm so torn because I love Shohei Ohtani so much.
I don't hate him, but I revel in his greatness, certainly, and I want to see that greatness. And if I do see the greatness I want to see, I'm only going to see it for 4 games.
The odds to win the World Series, the Dodgers are minus 215.
I thought it'd been
be
bigger.
Your champions.
I really would have thought it'd been bigger.
Blue Jays plus 180.
Okay, where do you think it'll be on Friday? Do you think that there's a bunch of money coming in on the Dodgers?
I'm guessing probably 230, 240.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I won't
would have
see
thought
a 3.
I thought it had started at 250. I really just feel like this is almost prohibitive.
This is an interesting way to bet it if you want to make it more appealing to bet the Dodgers. You can bet the Dodgers to win Game 1 of the World Series and go on to win the World Series, and you can get plus 115 on that.
Now we're talking.
So if you think
that's what I think. I just don't see how, if the pitching maintains, if they don't have to continue hitting and Ohtani doesn't have to do much, but if just the pitching we've seen from the Dodgers, if that maintains, it's
the Brewers had 4 games against the Dodgers and scored a total of 4 runs.
Right, so they don't even have to bring Godzilla.
That was the best team in baseball all year long. 4 runs is what they managed.
And I certainly celebrate greatness, and I love, and you'll hear me say it all the time, I love a Death Star. I love a team that everybody's got to aim for, because if you ain't that, you don't got a prayer. And the Dodgers are getting kind of past that. When they can just flip on the light switch, we'll take July and August off. We'll kind of turn things in, and everybody going to check in. How you feeling today? And by middle of September, we're going to just start stepping on you like ants.
Yeah.
And they have, man. They just flip the switch, and all that talent comes to bear.
So you can also bet on Dodgers minus 1.5 games. So if you think that the Dodgers win it in 6 or fewer, minus 115. So that's another way to.
That's where I'm going to lean. I might wait for. No, this is about where I want to be.
If you think the Blue Jays can keep it close, then you can say Blue Jays plus 1.5 games. That's minus 105. So.
They can score runs.
They can. It's funny because when Jeff Hoffman came in last night, it showed his postseason statistics, and he's been very good. Whereas when it shows the Blue Jays bullpen entirety, it's bad numbers, and you think, man, imagine if Jeff Hoffman wasn't in there. Like what those bullpen numbers would look like.
Add 2 innings a game.
Yeah, it'd be bad. And it's just hard to imagine with that
baseball
lineup.
And they're hot, and you got a guy like Springer might give us a game or 2, but I just can't imagine this is a highly competitive.
The Blue Jays are counting on Trey Yesavage, who's pitched like 4 games in his life.
Well, what about Scherzer? There's an ongoing chase.
Well,
so maybe there's one in there.
Like
maybe we'll get a Scherzer.
I don't even know if Kershaw is going to be on the roster.
He is not good enough.
Whereas Scherzer, they're like, yeah, we're going to need you to start game 1. I don't think they'll actually need him to start game 1, but I bet they hand him the ball at some point.
Oh, I guarantee you he's going to get a start.
Yeah. So, now it's hard to not go with the Dodgers, but I am hopeful that
maybe we'll get a game or 2.
Yep. All right, let's we'll get into more baseball later on in the week.
I feel like the announcers from all the Rocky films that were wrong every time. Like maybe Toronto's got this massive Rocky upset, because I feel like it's been a couple years where I felt like this is so prohibitive that it's been a few that I really felt like this is not going to be fun.
If the Dodgers were this healthy all season long, they would have won 120 games.
Right.
Like they are a juggernaut. They are you call them a Death Star. That's what they are. Like the fact that Roki Sasaki, who was like their huge free agent acquisition, they're like, okay, I know you've been hurt all year. We're gonna make you the closer,
right?
And he's just dominating. Yeah, they're going to be hard to beat in a 7-game series. It's going to be hard to beat that team 4 times out of 7.
And too bad it's the Canadians we're having to place all this trust.
I know.
We're sorry.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know how much of a chance the Mariners would have had either. I don't know that there was anybody that was beating this team.
It would have been. This was more about they get to go. They finally get to go to Six Flags.
That would have been fun.
They get to go ride the ride and see what it's like.
It would have been fun. Alas, no, not to be.
The dumper goes home.
All right. We'll like I said, we'll talk baseball a little later on in the week. We don't even talk off-season baseball. We're damn sure not going to give you a week of lead up to the World Series. So we'll kick around the games when we know the starting pitchers and things like that. But let's get into some NBA, some news out of the Spurs camp yesterday. We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we've got a stall 410 northbound Houston Street. Looks like they just moved it off a main lane, now off to the shoulder. Road work on 35 northbound. This is our heaviest delay right now. Weidner to Judson Road. We've got road work, roadway reduced to just one lane, almost a 30-minute commute, stop and go from Thousand Oaks. 35 northbound Eisenhower to Walsham, left lane closed with road work, and then 35 northbound 410 south cut off to Rittiman, road work taking up the right lane and exit ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Hornitos Tequila and America's Team have one major thing in common. Everyone can enjoy them. They weren't made just to have a few fans, but to gather people who love high-quality, real Texas football and premium fresh-pressed agave tequila. It's for all our fans. Whether you live in Texas or not, or sip your Hornitos in a Paloma or straight, it's 100% agave tequila for 100% of Dallas Cowboys fans. Hornitos, the tequila de todos. Drink smart. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. 2025 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinigle. You know, summer is behind us, so now is the time to get your roof inspected and be ready for whatever winter has in store for us. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're a local, family-owned company. You know, the folks at Stevens Roofing deal with the same weather we do. Your roof protects your home. It protects your family. For comfort, confidence, and peace of mind, get your roof buttoned up for winter. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or go to stevensroofing.net.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks. The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
We've got trade wars, rising costs, global chaos, and a skyrocketing national debt. It's no wonder gold keeps hitting record highs. With everything going on in the world, thousands of hardworking Americans are looking to help diversify their savings with precious metals like gold and silver. And they're turning to the top-rated gold company, Goldco. Right now, Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you could get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver if you qualify. Find out how you can diversify your savings, tax and penalty-free today. Call 855-969-GOLD. That's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Every morning, we rise and shine. Make breakfast and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things, people,
love.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
George gets justice. In San Antonio, we look out for each other. So if someone's reckless driving puts you in the hospital, don't call some out-of-town lawyer. Call someone who actually lives here and will fight for what you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers. Because to George, you're a neighbor and he's got your back. And remember, you only pay if they win. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is the question every Cowboys fan wants to know. Will Jerry Jones pull off a trade?
We will discuss what Jerry has had to say about that. Plus, we'll react to Texans Seahawks with Indy Kalu. He joins us at 3:35.
And the NBA season begins. We're going to talk to Spurs beat writer Jeff McDonald.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio.
Oh.
Does that get you all?
That gets me right where it tickles.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Let's see. Hugo wants to know what the chances are of Rico Dowdle gashing the Bills this Sunday. They're probably pretty high. The Bills can't stop the run to save their lives. So, yeah, he'll probably run for about 1 million yards.
All right, Rico.
Yeah, it helps that Bryce Young's not going to play.
Oh, he's not?
No. They announced him out.
What happened?
He was injured last week. That's why Andy Dalton had to come in. He's going to miss the game.
I got to pay closer attention.
Yes. Which probably, I don't know. It means the Bills will likely lose to the Panthers.
I don't doubt the greatness that is Andy.
I've now become, I've gone full circle from like being excited about Bills games every week to now I'm just like, oh, it's expecting the worst. So stupid.
I'm familiar with that emotion.
Yeah. Well, so I'm there certainly. All right. The NBA gets underway tonight. The Spurs though making decisions already for down the road. The deadline came and went for Jeremy Sohan, and Jeremy Sohan not extended by the San Antonio Spurs. What's this mean, Rob?
Well,
Does this
Edwin
mean
came in earlier and brought up a valuable point. In the last 5 years, the guys that the Spurs have not extended, Lonnie Walker, one, and prior to that, Slow-Mo back in the day, didn't get extended, and they were very soon gone.
Okay. So you think this is the end of the Sohan era?
Well, I think that he certainly gets a year to prove it. But this roster's getting crowded. We got more first-round draft picks down the road if they don't get moved. So You don't want to saddle yourself, and he could be part of an expiring contract, pick up for cheap kind of a deal at trade deadline if there's something out there. So, at the end of the day, I've always said this about Sohan. I love his game, but he's the kind of guy that great teams have, but good teams can't afford. So I
agree with that.
So I don't know where he fits. I don't want him to leave, but I can certainly see a world where he's not here.
He hasn't quite blossomed into what I think the Spurs hoped he would. He's a nice piece,
jack of all trades,
but he is not a if Sohan's unavailable to suit up tonight, you don't go, oh God, what are we going to do?
Well, because sadly we're kind of used to him not being able to suit up. One of his issues is availability. He's been hurt a lot.
I will say, I've been pretty clear about the fact that outside of Wemby and Harrison Barnes, this team is bereft of good defenders, and he's the one. That's basically, he's like, cool, that'll be me. I can do that.
And that's that's a skill that would keep him here. And there's two things we have to keep in mind. Now, some of this was his growth was stunted. Remember when Pop put him at point guard for half a year? In the long term, it gained him a skill, but it didn't gain him anything more offensively. And on his side of things, he never learned to shoot. We're 3 years into this, man. You had entire off seasons to pick up some kind of a semblance. It didn't have to be pretty. We're talking 25%. You didn't have to do much. You're a professional basketball player, and you didn't improve that.
You and I have different thoughts on that. I didn't want him to improve as a shooter. I wanted him to stop shooting.
Well, you can't, in this modern age, you can't play like that. You have to have 5 dudes that are a threat to do something offensively that doesn't involve grabbing the ball off the glass, unless you're playing the guy at the 5. And even that was going away. It's coming back. There's not a place in the world for Dennis Rodman anymore. There's just not. The game's different.
I guess so. It just feels like because you have a 5 who wants to be out there and shoot, you've got room on the floor for a guy who doesn't need to be.
You're
that.
Right. And my argument to that would be, I would like to have 2 that can do that. I can build my offense around that, and one of those guys that can do that is Wemby. He can mirror Wemby's game as far as if Wemby's not in, so he can do most everything that Wemby does at a height that's pretty impressive. He can come in at 6'10" and handle the ball and make some passes. Not all the time, but that 6-month experiment, that's where in the long run it kind of paid off. But this day and age, if you've got one guy out there that is just you don't have to worry about defensively. You just don't unless he's standing under the rim. That gives doubles to your better guys. It just creates an imbalance that's just about impossible to overcome. And we know that you gotta, even though it's not in the Spurs DNA, you do have to be at least kind of a threat some of the time from 3.
Yeah.
And he takes away from that.
Yeah, I guess so. I disagree with you. Everybody's got to be able to shoot. I don't.
Maybe shoot isn't the best one. Score. When you're 4 on 5 defensively, and you know that this guy, no matter where he goes, unless he's standing under the rim for a rebound, is not a concern.
Although, I would argue, and I would argue that when Draymond Green is at his most useful.
Absolutely.
He's not allowed to shoot the ball.
You know what? They wanted him to become Draymond. And he's done 4 out of the 5 things that are Draymond, because he is a tough guy. He is a foil. He is a guy that gets under skin. He does all those things. But there are nights where that Draymond can go 24-8. You know what I mean? That go get some buckets. And that's not going to happen with Sohan. He's just not
But
in
those
him.
nights where Draymond scores 2 points, he's still a factor in the game.
And Sohan on his best day just ain't Draymond. Draymond's a Hall of Famer. And I know they aspired to get him there. I think that was the blueprint. And I'm not just saying that it's not possible. There's no reason why he can't continue to do that. But the Spurs have let him know it probably wasn't yesterday, but it's been in the last month. Like, look, man, this could be your last year here.
I know. It feels like, because what's Sohan average? 9-10 points a game.
Yeah, he's a stuffer too, and he's going to get rebounds and steals. Yes,
he's a junk ball player, and I'm all right having junk ball players.
Great teams have them. Good teams can't afford them.
That's the thing. I don't know that I don't think Jeremy Sohan does anything that you can't replace.
That's the problem, and it might take 2 dudes to do it, but it would still be cheaper than one of you.
Yeah. And that's also sort of the business of things. But I still think back to, I've been here in San Antonio for about 18 months. And when I got here, like, I remember saying, when this team gets good, Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson will probably not be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've gotten there. And, like, if it came time, okay, we've got to extend Devin Vassell or we've got to extend Keldon Johnson. No, you can find guys like that in the draft for cheap, so that way you can pay your actual star players. And Jeremy Sohan is another one of these guys who he's great to have on a rookie deal, but you don't want to pay extra to have that guy when you could just find the next guy who's got an unscratched lottery ticket effect where he might be better than Jeremy Sohan.
And finally, at the end of the day, after all we've discussed, that was a Greg Popovich draft pick.
That is
Greg
true.
Popovich covets more than most coaches the ability to do exactly what Sohan does in the paint, the passing, the guy that doesn't need a bucket at the 5, that is willing to be the hub to the spokes, to deliver and cut and pick and do all the things that further the offense, but not the end result, not the tip of the spear. He fit that. That might not be Mitch Johnson's style. You know, this is a new coach with a new regime and new ideas about what's required on the court, and to expect that this is going to continue to be Pop's team, well, this might be the very first of those. If Pop was here, he might have been extended. You know, it might have been a no-brainer. This is exactly what I've done. He has become what I created, and we're in great shape. But this is not. This is Mitch now. New coaches.
I was trying to think of another guy who's like somewhat impactful without having a threat to shoot or needing to shoot. And I thought Isaiah Hartenstein is kind of one of those guys.
Great teams have him. Good teams can't afford him.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And the Spurs are a team trying to build into something. And the Thunder are like, Hartenstein's like their 7th, 8th best player. And if Hartenstein's not there,
you notice.
But I think that the Spurs are at a point where they're trying to build.
Yeah.
And you can't afford to pay for that guy until everybody else
You're the last
turns
piece.
into what they are.
You are. That's exactly how that went. He was the last piece to the puzzle. Didn't seem that important at the time, but his input mattered.
Yep. All right. Let's take a break. We'll keep talking NBA. A lot of NBA talk today. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Lost company founder Perry Byer to cancer. They established Byer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Byer Boys will donate a portion of all service fees to the American Cancer Society. Please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting BuyerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together we can beat it.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
There's only 4 teams left in the playoff picture. Who you pulling through for this year's World Series? Catch every pitch of the Championship Series at Twin Peaks, where the bases are loaded and 29-degree draft beers are at bat. Twin Peaks, your #1 sports bar. Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but Prize Picks, well, I'll tell you what, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season. As the basketball season begins, Prize Picks is here for you. And whether you're a football fan, a basketball fan, or any kind of sports fan, there's always the games to be played. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash if you're a Spurs fan. More than Victor all the time. Heck, it only takes about 60 seconds to make your picks, and you can turn those picks into cash. It feels so good being right. Now, I told you about Wemby. Dak's on an MVP kind of run. I like the more thans with Dax all season long. On Prize Pick, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose the Flex Pay, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. Up to 2,000x, no matter your play. Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Vinny left. Yeah, he says he's out. None of the regular OGs are in the chat. He's out. See you on the flip side.
Die, Vinny.
Where are all the regular OGs today?
Let's see. What's today? Tuesday, the 21st.
Claymore's there.
Yeah, Claymore's there.
Claymore had
Rin's
cardio
there.
to do.
Hugo's there. Greg's there. It seems it's always Joe, Brian. Yeah, these people are always. What are you talking about, Vinny? Give me a break.
Got better things.
Yeah. Now, I think he's right that nobody's hitting the thumb. Like, maybe quit being lazy bitches and give us a thumbs up. Is it that hard?
I mean, we get graded on this crap.
Yeah. But we get paid by the thumbs up.
So
Edwin does, certainly.
Please.
That's right. All right, let's I know this is going to be more than a one-segment deal, but I do want to tease ahead to what we're going to do in the next hour, and it's kind of just take a look around the NBA and talk about what might be this season, and namely get to, is there anyone who can blow up the Death Star? Is there a Skywalker?
Is there a Rebel Alliance forming? I don't think so, man.
I don't think so either.
Right now.
But I said, like last year when I said this is the start of the dynasty, I know there were a lot of people listening to this show who were like, no, it's not. Let's slow the roll.
The secret to those who follow the Spurs realize to create a dynasty, you have to change yourself in moderate ways every year. You cannot remain the same. And what Oklahoma City has done is done everything as usual, and now they're adding a point guard. Yeah. Now they're going to have a real point guard running the show. So a world champion that was a convincing world champion due to injury, due to whatever, got better. They're better today than the day they won the title.
And who'd they lose?
No, that's what I'm saying. They are better today than when they walked off holding the trophy because they have a real point guard now. So they are the Death Star. Now things can happen.
It also just could be different. And you remember when the Warriors brought in KD, like, yeah, they added a piece that was certainly there to make them better, but it was very different. And it made it where, okay, maybe they're not.
Absolutely. Proof is in the pudding. But I'll tell you, as far as putting dudes on the court, they're better today than when they walked off the court with the ring.
Yeah. So we'll discuss who the candidates are to knock them off, and maybe discuss. I want to get into this. How viable is it to start thinking about Victor Wembanyama as an MVP candidate? I think you and I have different opinions on this. But I do think it's a worthy discussion to be had. Also, maybe get into a discussion about how many wins we can see in this team. What's the ceiling for this team? Because you and I have both talked about this is an important year. If there's not a vast team improvement this year, I start to worry about Mitch Johnson, who there's a non-zero possibility that he's just a dope. But also I worry about Victor Wembanyama's ability to be like the dude. Like if you're a great player on a team that never makes the playoffs, do you want that? Like, or what's your ceiling at that point? Dame Lillard?
There's a lot of guys that I could put in there. I mean, if injuries keep you off the field or the court, are you Embiid? I mean, there's a lot of guys to compare.
Zion? Yeah, I don't know. But we'll talk about that and much, much more. A lot of NBA coming up. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is right for you. Discovered by most major insurance, affordable self-pay options are available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks. The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Handcrafted with their signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. PSL. Get it while it's hot. Or iced. Only at Starbucks.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This road work on 35 northbound Weidner to Judson Road causing a 40-minute travel time. Roadway reduced to one lane. It's got you stop and go from Thousand Oaks. On 281 northbound, that connector to 1604. Road work blocking the left lane of the connector ramp. On 35 northbound Eisenhower to Walsham, left lane closed. And on a 35 northbound, 410 south cut off to Rittiman, right lane exit ramp closed as well. If your travels are taking you out of the New Braunfels area, 35 southbound approaching Angle, we do have a stall, a little bit of a delay from right around 337. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The World Series is set as the Toronto Blue Jays took down the Seattle Mariners behind a Springer dinger yet again. And seventh inning was where it took place. The Toronto Blue Jays now take on the Dodgers on Friday night in the series. There was some good news for Seattle as the Seahawks took down the Houston Texans 27-19. Sam Darnold led the way. Smith and Jigma caught a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy NBA Day. We've made it. We've made it to that time, friends. NBA opening day. I guess opening night. They should have a day game. That would have been smart of them.
I'm actually kind of surprised they're not. They're normally pretty good about on holidays, giving us a little businessman special, a little something.
A little just sprinkle, give a little sprinkle, make us, excited for like
anything to get us out of work.
Yeah. And what I would have done, this is the easiest thing to do. I think obviously the Rockets Thunder is in the right spot as the primetime premium game, and then you've got a great night game that will draw a lot of West Coast interest in the Warriors Lakers. This would have been a real easy spot to throw a national brand team like the Celtics or the Knicks against Miami.
Well, the Celtics, I think, are going to be a non-entity this year. I think they've been pulled off the schedule. Where the Knicks, I would be down, and Miami too.
But I think either one, I agree, the Celtics are going to be a non-entity, but there still would have been TV eyes on the Knicks or on the Celtics, at least for game one. Like if you said, "Oh, this is your opener."
No, I'm with you.
But that's what or even Cleveland. It could have been Cleveland against one of those, like some Eastern Conference team against some other random Eastern Conference team. That would have been the move. And put that at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, our time, I guess 4 o'clock there. I think people would have watched it. But
I would have stayed home.
I
would have called in sick.
The NBA never asks me. They never do. Stupid dummies. Stupid dummies. All right. I do want to get into a couple things, and I want to start with some, I guess, for win totals, for lack of a better term. Like how many – basically, let's just decide what kind of teams we think we've got going into the season. And the highest win total on the board is, no surprise, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their win total set at 62.5. And I have a hard time.
That's a huge number.
I have a hard time going under, though.
Well,
I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win 68 games.
I think they could, and they certainly have the ability to. And I wouldn't be shocked if they did. But you get to the period of you're not chasing it anymore. Now you're defending it, and you play the season a little bit different. So they're going to play knowing full well what is required of them in May. So how do we make sure in May we're ready to do that? And to do that, you learn to sacrifice here and there. You know, some nights it's not worth the effort knowing full well what's coming the next week, especially if you're operating on a schedule like you understand how to build a team, and by February you're doing this, and by April you want to be here. I think it's hard to defend because, quite frankly, you don't need all those wins as much as you did last year. And two, you are wearing the title, and you're going to take the best every night. So I don't think it's that. They certainly have the talent to win 70 basketball games. There's no question about it. Whether they go all out, balls in to do it, I don't know.
Here's why I think that they are going to be balls in. And the reason why I kind of fell in love with this team over the last couple of years, it seems like their entire culture is about like treating every game like it's a game 7, like they're like a work ethic thing.
Well, that's certainly Shai Gilgeous. I don't discount that, but that's incumbent on the coach to say, not tonight. We're going to turn the heat down. Not tonight. We're going to turn it down.
I feel like they never did last year, right?
No, they didn't. No, that's what I'm saying. You can't attack like you did before. You now sit in a different place. You are the hunted, now the hunter. And you have an entirely different thing that you got to take care of. Because now, last year when you showed up in San Antonio, hey, Shai Gilgeous is coming to town. Hey, we get to see Chet in that long ass. We get to see all this stuff. Now the world champs are walking in, and you can make your name. You can make your bones tonight. So you get everybody's best effort. I know it doesn't sound like much, but you fall back on those Tuesdays in February.
You don't think they got everybody's best effort last year?
Not quite like this. Not quite. It's just, no, they knew they were good. We knew they were imminent. But it's different when you're the king.
Yeah. The other thing I'll say is...
And we're talking about a difference of 4 games, dude. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
it's
you're
just
right.
Those little tiny things that take you from 70 to 64, from 68 to 62, that, ooh, you know.
But also, Chet Holmgren played less than half the games last year.
And
he's their third best player. Cason Wallace played about half the games last year. Like, if they're healthy, oh my God.
Yes, they have the talent to win 70 basketball games. And the year that when Golden State was the best regular season team I've ever seen,
yeah,
they did that with intention. This was we are paving the road
and that's
toward greatness.
That's what I felt like the Thunder were last year.
And I don't know that's why I think when I look at Shai Gilgeous and what I love about his temperament is he's a lot like Tim Duncan. It's the same speed all the time. All the time. There's no slowing down with Shai Gilgeous. And he will run this train to do just what you're talking about because that's in his nature. But at the same time, the way he's able to do that is Tim was always great about going 100 miles an hour, but you didn't always see him doing it because he let other dudes score. He was, he would defer on nights that, quite frankly, I don't need to do that much.
Yeah.
And I think Shai is able to do that. The difference to me with Oklahoma City is what scares me more than anything else is now they're going to have some fluidity, and Shai Gilgeous does not have to be the point guard. That this team can the rookie kid with a testicular torsion. What is it, Matas Brazilis? Is that
No.
That's the kid at the Bulls. Topic.
Yeah,
Topic. Wait till you see him play.
I like now he's known as the testicular torsion.
Yeah,
guy.
well, he is a poor man's Luka. I mean, he is a 5-tool dude that will open doors for him and Cason Wallace, who's kind of an offensive flash. You put him on the court, they've gotten better. That's what scares me about this team, is they don't have to do anything other than they did that last year, and it gets easier offensively.
I'm going to go my official play on them. I bet on them at over 65.5 wins.
I'm much more comfortable at 65
which
than 68.
Which is so their regular number is 62.5. Like that's the standard number. I'm going on an alternate number and getting plus 245. I'm going to take a heavy swing. I just think I think that everyone's expecting them to like come back to the field. I think their work ethic is like their culture just seems to be.
They're not coming back to the field. I don't expect that. I do think that some of the field got closer. I do think that Houston getting Durant, that's a game, and we're only talking about a variance of 2 or 3 games, remember. Right. And then Denver, Cam Johnson, that made them a little bit better. Certainly the Spurs are a threat to take 1 or 2 of the games that didn't happen last year. In fact, they did beat Denver up there last year. So, they're the best team in basketball, prohibitive favorite, and you'd be crazy to bet against them. But 68 wins that's a big old bite of apple.
It is. The Cleveland Cavaliers, 56.5 wins is where their total's set, the highest in the Eastern Conference. I am less bullish on them being as good as they were a year ago. That feels strong, but I don't know.
Continuity matters. That's about all I can say for Cleveland. Is they are who they were. They're is Donovan ever going to be the dude? Is he ever, or is Donovan Dame Lillard? We'll find out. That's my question for them.
They added Lonzo Ball, who can shoot and is a secondary playmaker. He's a defender. I know that they've got, and I think you have to consider Darius Garland's probably going to miss a good chunk of the season. And who's the other guy? Max Strus is going to miss a chunk of the season. But is the drop-off from Ty Jerome leaving to adding, to Lonzo Ball, is that a huge drop-off? I don't think so.
They thought Jerome would be more in the offseason, that he just couldn't deliver. Ball's not that either, but he's a different kind of dude. The Cleveland continuity matters. That's a very, very good basketball team. And they're going to win. They're going to win 45, 50, 50 games.
Yeah. Well, the numbers, though, the number is asking them to go higher than that. So do you think 56.5? Do you think they can win 57 games?
Yeah, again, continuity. And the thing about good teams that stayed with the same dudes is they pile up wins early. They beat teams that don't know who they are yet in October, November, December, and they stack wins. And then the teams that kind of form after the free agents and the rookies get added and get better, and you see them start to get together in February and March, where the good teams like this have already stacked a fair amount of wins. So if Cleveland can jump out of the box fast, they might get there. But I'm not sure there's enough there. But with Boston's decline, that everybody picked up a couple of wins.
How about the Houston Rockets? Their total is set at 52.5. I think the Rockets are a good underplay. I think the Rockets played really well last year. Don't get me wrong, and I think they're still good, and I still think they're in a playoff series. I feel like they're the biggest threat to the.
They've got a lot of good pieces,
but we haven't seen it, and adding KD changes the entirety of that formula.
Mm-hmm.
And you still don't really have with Van Vliet out. You don't really have a point guard.
No,
I don't think that can be understated. I mean, hell, you know what it's like having been around here when the Spurs didn't have one. They're just trying to piece stuff together.
Yeah, you keep trying to make excuses for the weakest link on your team. And at that point, it gets tough. It's funny.
They're forcing a guy into being their point guard that they didn't want to put on the floor at all last year.
Well, I mean, let's hope all that they thought they saw when they drafted. We're talking about Reed Shepherd.
Yeah.
All they thought they saw, all they hope to get, they better get it, because if they don't, you got a bunch of good basketball players, but you don't got a team.
What they thought of him last year was, no, you're not even our 10th guy.
And and Van Vliet, and you lost your point guard, but you lost your heart. I mean, Van Vliet was the bulldog heart of that basketball team. It's ironic with what they've done with Durant, because Durant made this team very difficult to coach for about 40 minutes a game. But the last 8 minutes of every game, your game plan got a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
You just put the ball in Durant's hands, and he'll get your buckets. Now, you're going to have to play some defense, and Thompson's going to have to step in and do that. But your first 40 minutes of every game is going to be hard to get, personalities on the court and all the stuff that goes on when you add a superstar who has gravity, that needs the ball. But the last 8 minutes, it gets a whole lot easier because you just give him the ball.
Yeah.
Just go win the basketball game. Just coach him to stay close, and you've got the best offensive weapon probably in the history of basketball to help you close down games.
But also what we've seen in the last couple years of KD is, for one, he takes a lot of nights off now. He's not an everyday player. And two, he's been on teams that we thought, KD's there, they should be really good. he didn't impact Phoenix's winning games. Like
no, you're right. There's a lot of reasons why he ended up in Houston.
I'm not taking anything away from him as a player, but what I'm saying is he's not made his teams better
because
in a long time now.
He is now a professional assassin. He is a shootist. He is there to close the deal. He's not there to build anything. He's there to close the deal. And that's why he's there. I've got a bunch of young guys, and we don't have a lot of team yet because I lost my point guard right before the season, and I'm going to have a rookie running us. But if I can keep us close, I'll send in the assassin to close things out with 8 minutes to go because I can get 15 points from in 8 minutes.
Yeah, I just think that I think that people are understating how big of a deal it is to lose Fred VanVleet for a team like this because they do have a bunch of star players. They do have a bunch of dudes. But first of all, a lot of those dudes do the exact same thing. Like even the idea that they brought in Clint Capella. Like, what's Clint Capella do that Sengun and Steven Adams don't already do? Like it was a weird signing, I thought. And now you've got a second-year point guard that you didn't want on the floor at all last year, and Aaron Holiday is backing him up. Like, they didn't do really anything to try and solidify your roster behind. I guess maybe they're thinking Amin Thompson is going to be able to do some ball handling, but I think that's asking a lot of a young guy to take over that job.
It's Durant's going to pick up a fair amount of ball handling, which is a strange kind of thing to think about.
I don't trust it, so I think the Rockets will be good later in the year. I think the Rockets are going to scuffle early.
They're going to send out the tallest starting lineup in NBA history.
Probably so. It's going to be amongst them.
They're going to have 3 7-footers rolling around out there.
Yeah. And they play that too big lineup a lot.
Smith and Sengun, man.
Well, and there's gonna be times when, like they did it last year, they put Sengun and Steven Adams on the floor at the same time.
Yes, Torrey Eason's tall too.
They are huge
basketball team.
They are huge.
Cleveland, the Spurs by default, and we'll talk about Wemby. I'm taller than anybody else. That's all that matters, kind of stuff. Cleveland was the biggest basketball team I thought I'd ever seen with those 2 7-footers and a big with Hartenstein.
Yeah.
This Rocket team, we're talking about 35 feet of basketball player when they start out.
It's a lot. All right, let's we'll keep looking at the NBA. We'll look at the Spurs and some other the Mavericks. We'll look at as well. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Karbach Brewing. Had a couple of them last night. I had actually the last 3 Karbachtoberfest that were in my fridge. So I'm going to have to do this. I've got to go to the store today and cross my fingers that it's not gone because I said this a while ago. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. That's the thing about those seasonals. And hopefully they still got some left for them because that has been my favorite beer over the last month or two. Just a fantastic, a traditional Marzen-style beer, great malt balance, just a fantastic beer all around. And it's been really great as it's that time of the year where you can leave the back door open and let the breeze come in while you're watching TV at night. Oh, that's been real nice. If that's not your thing, no big deal. They got something for everybody in their lineup. Love Street's their best seller. That's their Cold-style blonde. The Hopadillo is their flagship IPA. Always a great drinker. Very, very aggressive hop-forward IPA. And the Crawford Bock, one of the best year-round beers I think that's available on the market. And it's all over San Antonio. Of course, it's in all the grocery stores and the liquor stores, but it is in a ton of bars and restaurants as well. So if you're out, you're watching, maybe you're going out to watch the NBA tonight, go ahead and do it with a Karbach.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle.
And you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
All right, here's the part of the interview where we've got to be jerks and ask you about the defense.
Yep.
Can we get that out of the way early next week? After we talk about Travis Kelce's. We just jump right into that.
We talk about the important stuff first.
We like to lube you up and put you in a good mood.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, good morning, folks. Morning Huddle 94.1. We're talking NBA. Hey, we got a special guest coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. In studio with us, Kevin Von Erich, What?
Kevin Von Erich is coming into studio today.
The Iron Claw.
I'm kind of.
I am too. I saw Kevin Von Erich wrestle when I was a little kid. I used to go to the Sam Houston Auditorium there in Houston, and oh man,
Saw him here at the Freeman. Saw them do a headline at the Convention Center Arena. Saw them one time in Dallas at the Sportatorium.
Oh, I never went to the Sportatorium. I always wanted to.
My uncles took me to the Sportatorium.
It always seemed like such a cool place, but yeah, Sam Houston Coliseum was where they did the. That was where they did all the. I guess that's where I don't know why they did. I guess it was like the they built it for an old Democratic National Convention thing, and then just turned it into like a concert venue or something like that. But I know like Elvis played there, and that was a big deal. And
I can smell the Naugahyde right now.
The Beatles played there. Jimi Hendrix played there. James Brown and John F. Kennedy gave a speech there. But most importantly, the Von Erichs wrestled there. That was the biggest thing. The wrestling. I think they also had. That's where the back in the day the hockey, the minor league hockey teams used to play there too.
The Arrows.
Yeah. But then that was like, it was a rundown building. I think it got demolished like around the time I was in high school. Everything was moving to the Summit or going to Hoffein's Pavilion, and it just fell apart, man. Just fell apart. R.I.P. to the Sam Houston Coliseum. But Kevin Von Erich being in, I'm excited. My young son was like, "Can I skip school and go to work with you?" And I was like, "Dude, he's got a football game today. You
got to go to class. You can't play.
You got to play." But I'm excited for this because this brings me back to my childhood. So that'll be fun. I'm going to talk about him kicking Harley Race's ass and Jack Briscoe
taking on Tully Blanchard.
Oh yeah, I might ask him to put the Iron Claw on me to see if I can withstand. How long can I withstand the Iron Claw?
I'm really interested to see the shape this dude's in.
I am too. I bet he's in good shape. I bet he's in. Well, I don't know. He's got.
When was the last time you saw an old wrestler in what you would call good shape?
That's a good point.
Those dudes. They live in dog years.
They live hard.
They pack a good.
Well, what about The Rock?
Well, Rock stopped wrestling right when it was starting to get painful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He bulked up and started acting because he saw the future.
Yeah. Von Erich wrestled for a long ass time, I guess. How long do you think
that was 40? That was over 40 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was nearly 50 years ago.
How long do you think you could withstand an Iron Claw?
Oh, see right now. If you're trying to squeeze pudding, you really can't get a hold of it. I mean, I could last all day.
You think so?
You're just grabbing fat.
I
thought you were on the head.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna see if he'll do it, and I'll see if
I want him to give you the claw. I vote for that too.
Okay.
I'm all in on this.
I want to have the option to tap out.
I hope I see the sign.
I don't want him to put me in the claw.
I hope I don't get distracted like your other typical wrestling ref
until I fall asleep. That would be the worst.
I hope he doesn't. Yeah, I don't get distracted by a fan or his manager.
Oh, if he holds the claw on me and doesn't let go, Edwin, I need you to come in and hit him with a chair.
Hit him with a
chair.
As
hard as you can.
But if I knock him out?
Yeah.
You might become the Intercontinental Light Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
I'll make national news then.
That'd be
yes,
awesome,
you would.
man. Yeah,
yes,
you'd be a big star. Do you want to be a big star or not?
You got to pay to
play.
play.
It comes down to that, yeah.
All
okay.
Right.
You want to be a big star. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. But, yeah, Kevin Von Erich will join us in the 8 o'clock hour. All right, back to the NBA. Let's get into the Spurs. The Spurs their number is fascinating to me because I expect the Spurs to be improved this year.
Bold statement there, AJ.
They are the Vegas number expects them to improve a lot, and it might be overkill to ask them to improve this much.
I think this is a 46-win basketball.
Okay, the number's 44.5.
I think this is a 46-win bat. Now, of course, when you predict things like that, you're expecting 80 to 90% health. You're expecting no thrombosis, no injury, no firing, nothing like that. But if all things hold consistent, this is a 46-win. There's break even plus 4 in them.
So here's my concern with that mindset. Assuming health for a guy who's never played 82 games.
You're right.
Feels like
you're right.
That's a fool's errand.
I would say
that's like saying, oh yeah, assuming Zion stays healthy.
Well, no, but I would not assume that. But I would say that the reason I hold out hope is the things that Wemby has dealt with are things that you can't predict. I mean, he's not like he's overweight and can't play. It's not like he keeps blowing his knee out. Thrombosis? Wow, that's an odd one. And the other times he was out, if the team was really good, I think he might have been playing, but there was no need to win. We were trying to build the team. So I do think that there are some reasons why we haven't seen a lot of them. But I will be the first to stand in line and say we have to see 80% participation. I don't know how you manage minutes for a dude that's 7 blank, however tall he is. So I don't know what the science is behind that. But 80% of the games, I think, is a fair number to expect. Just out of de rigueur, 80% of the games. We need that. We need 60 games out of you, 65 games.
I think this is probably about I think they're like just over 5. I'll go 42 wins, which would still, that's almost a 25% improvement from. I remember they only won 34 games last year. 34.
Yes. And some of that was by design. Some of it was,
You know what? You can only say that so many years in a row.
You're right, but I do know what they were doing.
Like and the last 3 years, it's all been, well, they lost this many games, but they wanted to lose this many.
There was the process that got them Dylan Harper that did those things. And a lot of it was Wemby out, missing all those with games, but there were some games where he probably could have played. They are a better team this year. Adding De'Aaron Fox he's worth 10 games off the top. Just right off the top, you add 10 games that the Spurs will be in a position to win with 2 minutes that they were not in last year. Because they did not have a point guard. So I think you just by addition, not by maturation, just by addition.
Chris Paul played every game last year.
Yes, he did. But and I want to give credit where it's due, but they were valuable teaching minutes. But he's not a difference maker anymore. He's just an average.
I agree
point
with
guard.
that.
So you add an all-star at point guard. Yes, and then you just add the maturation across the board of everybody else. You had a rookie of the year, and now you've got another candidate that's going to take some maturation. And Dylan Harper ain't great yet. He looks to be good. I just think this is a team that the only variable to me is the coach. The one thing that to me that I don't know is the coach. I've seen everybody else play. I don't really expect a lot from Dylan Harper yet, so I don't have any expectations. But the one thing that varies in my mind is now that Mitch has himself and his own staff of his choosing, to me, that's where the variance could come. He could be coach of the year, or he could be out on his ass by April.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could go either way. I don't think he'll be out on his ass. I think he's showed some potential, but he didn't. It wasn't a glowing first year. I didn't come away going, this guy's got some X's and O's that I didn't think he did. I didn't come away with that, but I do know he was working with somebody else's plan. So now he has his plan. He has his coaches, Corliss and those new dudes that are here. To me, that's the variable. That's the difference, not the players, because the players have been upgraded significantly.
Oh, yes.
So if we just go on players, that's 42, 43. But if coach can coach and players can improve, this could be one of those Orlando Magic kind of runs where they're not playing. They're 6th seed. There could be right there at the end of the year. And if there to be that, then we're talking upwards closer to 50. We're on the other side of 45 for sure.
That's a big jump in 1 year.
It's crazy. But, I sadly hate to say it. You don't ever want to be the comeback player of the year. But I saw the Spurs, when David Robinson show up, add like 30 games. It doesn't take a lot, but it takes a significant thing.
Yeah. And, there was a team made a similar jump last year. Remember, the Pistons won 30 more games last year than they did the year before. It can happen.
It can, but it takes other teams sucking. You have to have a very weak part of the NBA, and I think the East are kind of down this year. I think that they're no Boston.
That's kind of the other reason why I'm careful to be bullish on the Spurs is because you got to assume that somebody is going to just fall off the map in the West, because where are these wins coming from?
Right, you have to have some bad basketball teams to have more than 3 50-plus winning teams.
Because I'm sure the Mavericks think they're going to be better. They won less than 40 a year ago. I'm sure the Grizzlies think they're going to be better without their gun-toting point guard being suspended and things like that. I assume I assume that, and it doesn't feel like any of the teams at the top are like Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, Timberwolves were the 6 playoff teams, last year. They all seem solid.
Yep.
Golden State, Memphis, who was the Mavericks, and Kings were the play-in teams.
New Orleans, too.
New Orleans probably thinks they're going to be better. Yeah. So there's a lot of teams that think they're going to be better. It's tough to pick up that many games from a year ago.
You have to have collapse, and to have the collapse, normally that involves a significant injury.
The other thing with the Spurs is I don't know, and I say I don't know, none of us know what their plans are for rotation we haven't seen any of De'Aaron Fox worked in here yet. He's literally their best player, and we're starting the season with him a giant question mark.
Then let's talk about knowing that we don't know how this is going to work. We have an idea. You get a sense of how this will run. So what does that do for Wemby? What does that do as far as his progress, not as a player for the Spurs, but toward superstardom with a new point guard? Is he in a position to start to be in the conversation for MVP? I mean, are we – is it too soon? Because we know if the Spurs are going to be fighting for a title, Wemby's got to be a top 3 MVP voter. We know that. I mean, so if we expect to get there, is it time?
Well, let's talk about that on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Institute for Functional Health down there on McCullough Drive, real close to downtown, that's where I go to see my doctor. That's Dr. Jacob Torres' building. That's his gig. I first met Dr. Torres when they had a previous office, a little bit smaller, a little bit newer, way back in 2016 over on Ashby. I walked into the door with a bunch of excited people, excited about being at work and doing the things that they're doing because of how they're helping their patients. And, it was a good vibe. And after talking with Dr. Torres, I got the reason why. Because they're successful. The people, their patients that walk in are losing weight. They're feeling good about themselves because what they're doing is working. The weight is coming off, and they start feeling better, and it's exciting to go to a doctor because you're feeling better than when you were feeling bad. You know what I mean? And those kind of visits kind of roll into a successful program. That's why Dr. Torres has been so successful, because his patients are excited to be their patients because what he does works. If you've been told by a doctor, look, it's time to lose weight. If you just don't like the way you look, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and GLP-1s and all the semaglutides and all that are just not in the cards for you, I want you to call Dr. Torres. What he does works. I'm living proof. He's helped thousands of people, just like you, just like me, lose weight because every patient is an individual. He understands that, and the programs he puts together apply to you and only you. Call him today. The number is 210-468-1891. His website is iffhealth.com. Trust me, go there. Read what he has to say. Take the functional health test, then give him a call. It'll be worth your while. Listen, if it's time to lose weight, call him today. He will change your life. And when he does, come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This road work on 35 northbound Weidner to Judson, northeast side of town. It's got the roadway reduced to 1 lane. This backup now is to Walsham, so it's going to set you back about 55 minutes. 410 northbound I-10 to 35. That's also rolling slowly. On 35 northbound Eisenhower to Walsham, that road work is in the clearing stages. And at 281 northbound, the connector to westbound 1604, that road work blocking the left lane of the connector ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest fall looks, all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Energy slipping away, losing your edge? Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center offer a quick free T test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting at TRTMVP.com.
Guys, we're in the thick of football season, and you know what that means. Underdog, the best place to get in on the action. Playing Underdog so easy. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. Rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, more. You get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. This week on Underdog, I'm going back to Old Reliable. My good friend Dakota Prescott keeps on putting up yards. I'm going higher on that. And if we're going with Dak, we might as well pair him up. Let's do CD higher on receptions as well. Double dip with those Dallas Cowboys. Keep the profits rolling. So simple to play. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ALAMO, ALAMO, to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyer4us.com.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto, all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio.
All righty. Morning Huddle 94.1. Talking some hoop, baby. Talking some hoop on opening day of the NBA. Right before we went to break, Rob asked a question. Is it time to buy on Wemby as an MVP candidate? And I guess my first question is, when was the last time a player in their third year won an MVP?
Well, that's a great question because
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, it would be we have to go to the pre-LeBron level of superstardom.
Yeah.
You know, we had a generation of just a couple of dudes. So yeah, we have to go back to Derrick Rose.
Was that year 3?
Was it 3?
I guess it probably was. Yeah, that probably sounds about right.
Like 2012?
2011, I think.
2011? So, and this is a very different situation because Derrick Rose was, just this explosive player where we've seen this slow burn with Wemby. There's this great expectation. And he's in a position to, I'll tell you what, in the preseason, when he was just unleashed to play on his own, looked pretty damn close to an MVP kind of guy.
Yeah.
I mean, 20 minutes and 25 points kind of stuff is pretty freaking amazing. Now, I don't quite frankly want him to be the MVP yet.
Yeah.
There's other things that the Spurs need to, acquire and attain and do. Now, he can drag the Spurs to a title if he's that good, but I don't think he's quite there yet. I want him to be really, really good.
I'm with you. I think right now that he's ahead of schedule, I would say, to be in this conversation. But I think he's in the group with Anthony Edwards and Cade Cunningham and
I put him behind them.
I think he's in that group of guys who are waiting
to be the next group.
Because there's still Jokic, there's still Shea. Luka hasn't won an MVP yet. You know he's going to at some point. And that's the other thing to consider when you talk about MVP. And this is why it's hard for me to picture Wemby doing it now. MVP is also still pretty closely tied to how good is your team.
Like I said, he could drag us to a title if he's going to be that.
If the Spurs win 50 games, there's a good chance he is the MVP.
No question. That's what I'm saying. If he's there, he could drag us there. But there's other pieces in the pie that need to be put together, and wins matter. They certainly do. And I think this will be kind of a slow build because we haven't even played a full, our point guard, our best player, hadn't even played yet this year.
Yeah.
So I assume things are going to fall into order. But right now, I want the best thing for Wemby this year is I want you to average, set the number, set your goal, whatever that is, 25, 10, 6, and 4. This should be the box you're shooting for. And then defensive player of the year. And if you are a defensive player of the year, you block the number of shots I think you can block playing 50, 60 games. That'll be enough, brother. If you do that, this is a 45-win team. Just doing that, not being MVP, just being the best defensive player in the league on a consistent nightly basis, that's worth the wins we're talking about when we get to the high 40s. If he does that all season long, those wins will just come naturally.
Yeah. I tend to agree. I just think that MVP it's rushed a little right now. I like to think that. I think, don't get me wrong, I still think that he has all the ceiling in the world.
He's going to astound people this year. He's going to have nights that are just quadruple double. I bet he has a quad double by Christmas.
How many of those have there been in NBA history?
4.
Okay.
And 2 of them were Spurs.
Really?
David and Alvin Robertson both had a quad double.
Really?
Of the 4 that have happened, the Spurs have had 2 of them.
That's wild.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. So one thing that you'll notice is in the last 10 years, the stat PER, the player efficiency rating, the Hollinger stat, is so tied to who wins the NBA MVP because it really is a great stat. It encompasses everything that guys do. If you're not in the top 3 of that, you're probably not winning the MVP.
He's not good enough yet. And he really isn't.
And you have to be in the top 3 of that, plus your team has to be good enough to be in the discussion. So that, to me, that's a big ask. And that said, Wemby was 7th in PER last year, which is it's wild.
And considering the turnovers, think about the negative that is immediately applied to those stats because he is out of the high max range with turnovers.
In the top 10 guys, he has by far the worst turnover issue.
Think what his score would be without that. It really is a detriment to his game, and we're going to be talking about his turnovers at times this year because this is a Manu thing. How far do you let him go before he starts negatively affecting the team with turnovers? Because even with some turnovers, it still helps your team. You don't like it, but it keeps the fire going like Manu would do. But where do you draw the line? Because 7 turnovers a game is no way to go through life. So.
I think the 2 keys to Wemby taking the next step in development, one is going to be cutting down turnovers. That's an easy one. But 2, I talked about it a lot last year. He has to accept that he can and should sometimes play like a big man.
Yeah, put your back to the basket and have some fun.
I know he's in love with shooting. The truth is, he's an okay shooter.
Well, I will tell you this: the maturation of any big man, you start on the outside, and as you age, you play your game closer and closer to the rim. So it'll come just by nature. You know what I mean? You're just not what you were. You can't move like that.
But I see him nights when he plays in the post just dominate.
Dude, just get in the paint. Your life gets a whole lot easier. And he's stronger this year, so it'll make it a little bit easier. I think with every passing year, there'll be more and more points in the paint. But he will never be Embiid.
Well, he's taller.
No, but is he? We just know he's taller than him. But he will never be the back-to-the-basket bulldozer.
No,
and I don't really want him to be that, but I do think, yeah, man,
But you know what? That's what makes Embiid so great is he knows what he is, and it's easy buckets. It's like, you know why Joel Embiid, his efficiency stats are always so great? He doesn't miss shots because everything's right around the basket. It's real easy. Same with Zion. Zion doesn't take shots he doesn't take low percentage shots because it's so easy for him to get stuff around the basket.
Giannis too.
Giannis is the greatest example.
He'll figure it out. It gets easier the older you get. You get tricks in your bag, and you can start getting buckets without getting beat up and pushed over and taking all those shots to the ribs. You start delivering them when you start understanding the game. So his game will slowly matriculate toward the basket, but never will he be like Giannis that has to be in the paint.
I think next year or the year after we start talking about Wemby as an MVP.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. As good as we think Wemby can be, like Wemby versus Joker right now, it's not even close.
He's not even the best player on his team.
No, that's the thing. Like there's a ways away from that. That's what I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him become the best player on the Spurs this year. Like that would be the ideal step. He is fifth in the MVP in odds. 12-1 is the number on him. The guys ahead of him, Giannis,
consistent,
who hasn't finished outside the top 3 in MVP voting in 9 years or 7 years. Luka, Giannis is 11-1. Luka's plus 380. Shea is plus 275, and Joker plus 220.
Usual suspects.
Yeah. The two guys that I mentioned, Anthony Edwards and Cade Cunningham, the guys I said he was waiting in line with. Anthony Edwards 20-1, Cade 30-1, Kevin Durant 45-1, Jalen Brunson 50-1. And then you've got a group of guys at 100-1. Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson, Paolo, Trae Young are all 100-1. LeBron James 150-1. Same with Steph Curry.
Wow, how soon we forget.
So, yeah, there is a movement to push him into that discussion. I just don't know that I'm quite there yet.
And finally, the last part, and I don't like this, but in the NBA, it's been traditionally you win the MVP the year before. You come in with an odds-on lead, and you just kind of cap your season. And Shea kind of did that last year. Shea was MVP, there's no question. But he had such a great year the year before that the expectation was, here it is. And it was. It came to pass. I think.
But it was also unquestioned because of how dominant his team was.
No question. Watching Skinny Luka will be fun. Skinny Luka could be a lot different. And then Skinny Zion. If we get Skinny Luka and Skinny Zion, and we do get and don't we wish we got a full season of Zion? Don't we? Man,
I want to see it. I do.
Please. And I know really that hurts the Spurs' chances, and it does a lot of stuff, but just as a basketball fan, can I get 1 year of it, please? Just one.
I want Joel Embiid to be healthy.
Yeah, but I feel like I got that a couple years ago. I got a fully functioning Embiid, and it was pretty damn impressive. It scared
incredible.
The hell out of me. And I would like to see a skinny Luka attacking for 70 games, just going at it, and as healthy as he was at the beginning of the year, at the end, and all those things. And Zion, if we could just get 60 games of this rhinoceros playing basketball, man, the world will be a whole lot better. And this to the detriment of the Spurs. If I get that, that's a couple of losses for the Spurs because it makes those teams that much better.
What do you expect out of the Mavericks? Their win total set at 41.5. So basically, are they going to be better than 500 or not is the question.
Man, I think Cooper Flagg. I'm seeing some comparisons. People are calling him Grant Hill, which, wow. If he's Grant Hill, that's imminent.
Yeah, they won 39 games last year, and, had about, first of all, as much injury bad luck as you could have, but also as much turmoil as you can have. Like, you traded your best player in the middle. It was just a stupid season. They still won 39 games. I think they're going to win 42, 43. I think that should. I mean, they've got the roster to do it.
And after last season, the nightmare that was last season for everybody involved. It's kind of like when you have a baby, and after a while, you don't hear the crying baby anymore. It's just part of the background noise. The Mavericks don't hear the crying baby. They're toughened up. There is nothing going to happen to this team this year that can even come close to what happened to them last year. You know, no matter what, it's going to be a better
Even
season.
if it's bad, it ain't going to be that bad.
It ain't going to be like that.
It ain't going to be that bad.
I do think that there's some momentum there, and I think they feel it when they gave Kidd the raise and the extension. That tells me that they believe in what's happening.
All right. On the other side, we'll wrap up our NBA talk. I do want to ask a couple questions. I want to talk about Rookie of the Year, and I want to talk about who has the best chance to dethrone the champs. We'll do that coming up next. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999, plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com. The Halloween parties at the Roo Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 31st. Kick off the party weekend at the 12th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 31st, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Roo and wear a costume.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a new trouble spot on the northwest side on Route 410 westbound approaching Fredericksburg Road. Accident in the left lane already, a 15-minute delay, and that has you slow from Exchange Parkway. On 410 southbound, the connector to 151 west side, that rip is blocking the left lane of the ramp. 410 westbound approaching Evers, that stalls off to the shoulder, and another stall, New Braunfels. 35 southbound approaching Engel, that stall, they moved it off to the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim B. You like that? How about them Cowboys? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. San Antonio Sports Center.
The World Series is set as the Toronto Blue Jays took down the Seattle Mariners behind a Springer dinger yet again. And seventh inning was where it took place. The Toronto Blue Jays now take on the Dodgers on Friday night in the series. There was some good news for Seattle as the Seahawks took down the Houston Texans 27-19. Sam Darnold led the way. Smith and Jigma caught a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8 o'clock on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, people talking in the Brigade Bar about Cooper Flag comps. I heard a lot of Kawhi Leonard props, and what I saw of Cooper Flag, I could see that.
If he can play Kawhi Leonard defense, you look out. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jason Tatum, another guy I heard a lot about. Kevin Garnett, which it's funny, I don't really think of Kawhi and Kevin Garnett as similar, but I guess they're not totally dissimilar either when it comes to like playing style.
It's an interesting thing they're doing up there because he's running a lot of point guard.
Yeah, and that's gonna. I mean, if he's able to do that, then like we're talking some serious value. I'm not sure that's. Well, also when you've got Kyrie, it's not going to make
next year.
Yeah, it's not going to make sense for that to be the case. But
he's that good, man.
They don't seem to be willing to take a year off to just let him get comfortable with what he's going to be doing in the NBA. They're like, oh, we need you here doing this year.
He's that good. I mean, let's not
forget
forget about how good this guy is. He was eating NBA players' lunch at 16.
Yeah. I think he is I think he is going to be very good defensively too. I think there's like some I don't know. Like this is a lazy white guy on white guy comparison, but some Andre Kirilenko defense to him.
There's a lot of comparison there, both offensively and defensively, that he's got a lot of Kirilenko's just kind of attack mode game. He's bigger for sure and can do some more things than Kirilenko did.
A better version of it.
But Kirilenko, don't discount what that dude did for 10 years. The AK-47 was a walking bucket who could win games on his own, but Cooper Flag is just X times better.
Yeah.
I love all of these, soft clay comparisons from Kawhi to Andre Kirilenko and everything in between. That just shows you what the expectations are with him because he can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I've heard Scottie Pippen.
Again, another great application to a 6'10 dude that can do it all.
Yeah, I think there's unlimited ceiling with the dude.
Fun,
which
man.
is
Fun. Yeah, tonight. We get it tonight.
We get to see it tonight. Yeah, no, tomorrow.
No, I think we get them tonight.
No,
I thought we had a game tonight.
No, it's we got Thunder and
that's right.
And
Tomorrow's
Rockets.
the Mavericks. That's us against the Mavericks. That's right.
Yep. So you'll get that. You'll get them tomorrow. Slow your roll, Rob.
I'd forgotten we were actually playing the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
The odds to win the Rookie of the Year, unsurprisingly, we've been sitting here glowing about Cooper Flag. Minus 170.
Good. It's kind of like Wemby. If he's healthy, he gets it.
It does kind of seem that way. So let's try this exercise. Is there a guy you would be interested in outside of Cooper Flagg being the Rookie of the Year?
I think the guy with the best potential that has the opportunity is Ace Bailey at Utah. That's Edwin's pick, just because he's going to get a lot of playing time. He's going to get on the court, and Utah can't get worse. There are a bunch of young kids running around, so I think he might put up some numbers. But it's unless there's the kid that came out of Baylor, Edgecombe might be an explosive kind of dude.
I think he's a real possibility because
those are the three.
I think he's got a path to minutes there in Philly,
and he's going to put some highlights on the board. I mean,
he is also already really good on the defensive end. They say he's getting a shot to him.
And he gets on the highlight board so the East Coast writers can see him. I mean, you got not only have to play well, but you have to be seen playing well. You can't just throw numbers up. So. Yeah, he'll be in a situation, but this is Cooper Flagg's to lose. They've got him on national TV a bunch of times. If he is anything like we think he's going to be, it'll be hard for him not to get it.
I would say Konkanifel is going to be on a team that doesn't have a lot. He's going to be on the floor.
He's going to be an interesting watch because he's so much more brain than body. He's got to be very, very smart because athletically he is kind of behind. He's not the gifted athlete, but he's so smart. I think he'll be in the right place, and he's certainly going to make their team better. I just wonder if the rookie year is going to be hard for him to find his space because he's just going to have to be smarter than everybody that's defending him.
And I think Trey Johnson in Washington is going to have some opportunities because
he's a bucket.
There's no one to take away his shots.
Yeah, he's a bucket. And he's fun to watch.
Yeah, so I think that's an interesting.
They suck.
They do suck. But usually Rookie of the Year, they don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't really care. It's all very stat driven, and Ace Bailey's a good choice because it is. You got to be on the floor
a lot of minutes
to get your stats,
and you might win a game or two.
Which is why I don't have much hope for Dylan Harper to do it.
If he does, something bad's happened to somebody else.
Yeah. Which De'Aaron Fox again. We haven't seen him.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's a possibility. But even if De'Aaron Fox were out, I wouldn't expect Dylan Harper to step immediately into like a featured role.
Even Steph didn't get there until later, and he kind of squeaked it out because of some other things in the league. But there's no reason Dylan Harper couldn't. He's certainly talented enough. I just think it's a matter of reps, minutes.
Okay, here's a long shot. You tell me if you're interested in this one. 100-1, Nikola Topic.
I'm telling you what. Wait till you see this kid play, man.
100-1. That feels like a pretty good ticket to have.
He's going to be on a really good team. He's going to have
He's going to get usage.
Oh, he's going to have plenty of usage, plenty of opportunity to get the leftover buckets. But, what will predicate him and what will keep him in the race is, one, the Thunder are going to win a lot of basketball games. And as a rookie, I don't think he's going to be the turnover machine that a lot of Euros are. He got a year to kind of learn to be a little bit less loose with the ball. He knows this system, and he gets to throw it to Shea and the other three shooters. I think he could be a low-key, fun top three kind of guy. I don't think he'll have the numbers to win it, but he's going to be in the running. If he's anything like I expect him to be, he is going to be a revelation. He's going to help this team a lot.
You know what I like about him? He's got balls.
Only one.
Oh, damn it.
It's a singular thing. But, Manu made it a long time.
It's true. Did he have to get it removed?
Yeah, he's got a.
Oh no!
But he had his boy's already been born. So
No, I'm talking about Topic.
I don't know if he had to have it removed, but normally isn't that the answer? Because
I thought they could just untwist you.
I don't know. Well, Manu couldn't.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be bad. Gilbert says, how far down the list is Harper for Rookie of the Year? He's fifth in the odds, 12-1.
It's just a minutes thing. I think he's going to look good when he's playing, but
I think that's in general. I think when they set these odds markets, they say, "Oh, well, these are the top 5 picks. These guys all, And
most of the time, they're landing in places where they're going to get usage and get to show off what they're good at. Like Cooper. I mean, he's going to start and play 35 minutes a game.
Yeah, but I do think Topic is sort of it's an interesting one at least.
He's out of sight, out of mind. For those that remember him 3 years ago, he's a poor man's Luka, man. He can do it all.
Yeah, that's that he's going to be an interesting at 100-1. I'd be I think it'd be worth.
Did you notice that this year? I saw this yesterday that all the award winners, DP, MVP, and rookie, all get the special
gold patch
logo. Oh, fancy for Steph.
Oh, yes.
I see you have a gold logo, do you?
Oh, I do.
Right this way, Mr. Castle.
Thank you. And who got the Defensive Player of the Year patch?
Depoy?
Not Wemby.
No, because he didn't get the numbers. He didn't get the games.
No. Maybe. I guess he won't. I was going to say maybe next year we could have 2 guys in town wearing the patch. But
I wonder if that's ever
possible.
happened. Have they? There's been 2 of the 3 on the same team. Any 2 of the 3?
I bet it.
Unless it was one guy that got them both.
Now that's probably the most likely thing. I mean, when Mobley won last year, I guess like Donovan Mitchell was probably like 3rd or 4th in the voting. I mean, it's tough like to have. I mean, you'd have to be talking about Steph and Draymond.
Right.
That's possible, Steph and Draymond, isn't it?
I would think, but in my memory, I don't think that actually happened, where they both were walking around with an award. Steph took a couple of years, and Draymond took a couple of years. I mean, it was a slow build, so I don't count them.
Let me see. What?
Tim David was past his MVP quality play and wasn't defensive player.
Well, Kawhi won Defensive Player of the Year twice in a row.
Did we have an MVP there? Did Timmy get it?
No, it would have been. That was like in the mid 2010s, so it would have been too late. Let me see. When did Steph's MVP years? 2015, 16, so he won in 15 and 16, and Draymond won Defensive Player of the Year in 17. So that's the closest. I mean,
and even that
again, I haven't done like a deep dive, but
those teams were 2 of the best we've ever seen set up on a court.
Yeah,
and you had 2 of those, and he didn't even get the other one.
I think did Giannis win it in the same year? Giannis did win in the same year, so he'd be double patched.
And I think there's probably been a few that have done that.
He'd be double patched.
Did Shaq do it? I bet Shaq did it.
Did Shaq ever win Defensive Player of the Year?
If he didn't, he should have.
No, I don't think he did. No. I mean, you got to remember, Shaq was playing.
What about Rookie of the Year? And he didn't do both.
Shaq was playing in the Hakeem and Dikembe Mutombo era, so it was it was tough. And then Ben Wallace later in his career. So, I think that'd be a pretty rare thing. But going back to, maybe Jordan, 88. Was he the MVP in 88?
No.
Yeah, he was. So Jordan and Giannis have both done it in the same year. Yeah, that's a short list. And when did Hakeem win his MVP? 94. He was Defensive Player of the Year in 94. So 3 guys have done it. Have been Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP in the same season.
That's the kind of thing that Wemby aspires to, right there.
I think so. Yeah, and I don't think it's
it's not out of the question.
No. All right, let's talk about the best chance for a team to knock off Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City, I think, the rightful favorites to win the title. I mean, I know everyone says I'm a sucker for this team, and maybe I am.
You're not alone.
I do think this is this team is set up to be a dynasty type team. They are a big favorite. They're plus 245 to win the title again. In my mind, like the next closest team via the odds is the Denver Nuggets at 6-1. I don't know why. I don't feel like I feel like the Nuggets have a down arrow, and maybe I'm the only one who sees that.
Well, you're not the only one. I will say this, that they do have the potential best player in the world.
That's fair.
If Jamal Murray can put together a full season, if Cam Johnson can do what you think he can, which he's going to help.
First of all, Jamal Murray is like, he's no longer
he's not
a great player.
He's just and at his peak, he was almost great.
Yeah, he's kind of like a bad contract almost.
Yeah, and he has to play in the post. And there's why they paid Christian Braun is they know that the Jamal Murray time is ending. It's winding down, and Braun has taken more and more minutes and shots away from him. But Braun's maturation has certainly helped too. And the thing about Denver is They have been there, and they've done that, and they played Oklahoma City better than anybody else did last year.
Well, save maybe Indiana.
Well, but Indiana was riding a miracle Halliburton kind of role there. They were touched by God kind of stuff. But on a day-to-day basis, game-to-game basis, all season long, there was one team that played Oklahoma City better than anybody else, and it was Denver.
Yeah, Nuggets are 6-1, but they also have a brand new coach.
Which
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not picking a team with a new coach to go win the NBA title. I'm just not. The next after them, Denver 6-1, Cleveland's plus 750. You know, I liked Cleveland a lot last year. Yeah. I like Cleveland again this year. I think they're the best team in the East, but I also think the East is just there's such a gap between them, and I also think if Cleveland actually got on the floor with OKC, I think it's a horrific matchup for them. Because they're like Oklahoma City they're not going to be bullied by the
Oklahoma
big guys.
City's game is put together to play a team like Cleveland, but Cleveland can play a front line defense that is pretty damn impressive. This is more about, it's not about Oklahoma City now. This is about, can Cleveland and the continuity that they fought so hard to maintain, like Indiana did. Indiana kept their cards in their hands last year and said, this is who we are, and we're going to do it again. And they drafted appropriately and found something in Mathurin. This team in Cleveland, this is it, man. I don't know what else you guys can do. You've traded, you've drafted, you've done everything. Only thing left is health and winning it. The table's set.
Here's what it will take for Cleveland to take the final step. It's Donovan Mitchell finally becoming Charizard form, like an MVP.
Are you going to be that 1 nth degree more than Dame Lillard, or are you just Dame? And that's not Dame's all of Famer.
And Donovan Mitchell, as is a really good player. But you have to join that Shea Joker group as the top of the world group.
I don't think.
I don't know if he is. I don't know if that's what he is. The Knicks are 9-1. The Knicks are such a joke. I'm so sick of anyone trying to tell me the Knicks are good. Did you agree with my math equation where if the Knicks the Knicks, what they do, their plan is to put Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
If they do that, they're automatically a bad defensive team. There's no way around it. So and if you're going to put those guys on the floor, you're clearly looking to do a whole bunch of pick and roll. You're trying to feed Karl Anthony Towns in that. And if you're doing that, all the other good players on the Knicks are not being used to their potential. So I think the Knicks suck. I think any games the Knicks win, I'm like, okay, this isn't sustainable. I don't think they're even remotely a championship contender.
They're not. Well, they are because the East is just not very good. There's just not a lot. With Boston being down, when you're looking at Orlando as a potential dark horse to run through.
Orlando's the second favorite team in the East. They're 22-1.
So I think what we're going to see from the Knicks and probably from Cleveland and other East teams that are pretenders and think they're contenders is a lot of wins. You get a lot of games where you're beating some bad basketball teams, but who are you in April? And the Nets or the Knicks that is not a prescription. It's a prescription for the Knick fan to have a lot of fun. Yeah. And Jalen Brunson to go get some 40 burgers.
That ain't winning in the playoffs,
but that doesn't win titles. So
no way.
Here we go with the Knicks again. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to feast on the Celtics this year, and you're going to probably continue to feast on the Sixers. You're going to beat your rivals. You're going to have great home kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, there's just not a lot of there.
Claymore says, calling a team that finished top 3 a joke. Come on, guy. They're not a joke in that, in the regular season, they're not a joke. The idea that that team as built can win an NBA title is a joke.
We saw it again last year.
They're a team. They are built to win a bunch of regular season games
fun.
And go home. And it is fun, but it's not real.
Trust me, as a Spur fan that was built to do just that, to win 50 games and lose in the first round of the playoffs, it's a lot of fun for 82 games, but those last 7 suck. And the Knicks are going to deal with that again. The last 7 are going to suck.
Yeah, that style of ball, being a bad defensive team just doesn't fly in the playoffs. It just doesn't. It's not sustainable to have any kind of success that way.
Damn, Brunson could put together some games.
I know,
damn,
dude.
He
Again,
can do some things.
It's fun.
How did we get here? But no, at the end, it's going to blow up.
And quite frankly, that's why it's almost shocking that the Pacers were able to be as good as they were in the playoffs, because They sucked on defense too. But like you said, it takes like almost a miraculous run.
They got touched by God.
I just I'm never going to buy a team that's that bad defensively, like winning a title. I don't see it. So I'm out on the Knicks. I'm obviously out on the Pacers. You know the third favorite team in the East to win the title is? I'll give you a hint. They won 24 games last year.
Atlanta?
Philly.
Well, health matters. But.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I say it about Wemby. Are you counting on health with that team?
No, but how long is Paul George going to be out again? Is he hurt already? If he's not, he will. I think he's already hurt.
He might be.
But, we know that they've got offense. They can get buckets, and if they can get healthy. But I think that's also another symptom of the East. Yeah, they're going to look a lot better because, the teams they're playing against got worse.
Yeah. Frank says they played team defense. Carlisle made them. I mean, the only teams that were worse defensively in the East last year were the Hawks and the Wizards.
Carlisle's defense is offense. Let's not kid ourselves. That's what Carlisle does. He's a hell of a coach. And they were big. They had some dudes that could block some shots and get out and run. But that
was a bad defensive
that was
team.
Built to run past you, not to stop you from running.
Yeah. The Knicks, I think, and C-Note says Knicks could sneak in there and make some noise in the playoffs.
They're going to make a little bit of noise.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
They can get buckets.
They'll win a series probably. They are not a real title contender in my mind. And also, I say this every year, if you don't have a top 5 player in the world, you don't win NBA titles. The history says it doesn't happen. Jalen Brunson ain't that. Jalen Brunson's good. Jalen Brunson's a dog. He's a try-hard. Jalen Brunson has a ceiling, and it's not top 5 player in the world. I don't believe that.
And it couldn't happen to a nicer team. Couldn't happen to a better run team like Dolan and his Knicks.
Yep.
Get close and get your heart ripped out. I like that.
All right. Are we over? Am I way over on a break?
Well, we're trying to.
Okay. No, I need to get out of here because we got to get we're going to have Kevin Von Erich in here in a little bit, so I need to take a break. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Arasti providers are all around San Antonio with one real purpose in mind. That's to get you out of pain. A friend of mine called me last week. He's getting ready to go on a rather difficult vacation. He's going to go march or hike up Mount Fuji. As he was getting ready, he pulled a hamstring. He's trying to climb a mountain, and he's a month out, and he's trying to get himself back in the game. I told him, call Arasti. They're going to do what you need to get done to get yourself going. He's 3 visits in. He's already called me and said this is the best thing he's ever done for him because what they do works. See, they might approach your pain management in a very different way than your general practitioner because pills are not part of this. There's nothing that they're going to give you to dull or hide the pain. They're going to fix the problem. When the best thing about Arasti is the evaluation when you walk in the door the first time. They're going to find out where you are and what is causing the pain and then fix that problem. It sounds the most basic, right? That's not always how it's done. So when you go to an Arasti provider, they're going to go attack the problem initially and get it fixed and fixed fast. Did you know, on average, Arasti patients get back into their game in under 4 visits. So if you're dealing with pain, write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. So you can call them right now knowing you don't need a referral from your regular doctor. You can get in and see them today. They're going to accept most insurances when you walk in the door. You're going to make progress immediately. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arasti. They'll get you fixed, and when they do, come on by, and you can thank me later.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver, taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim B. You like that? How about them Cowboys? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween?
It's okay, but I do like your troll costume.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds or the pipes in your wall start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899 and we'll send our team of highly trained
Ghostbusters!
I was gonna say technicians.
I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
I'm I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
At Frost, we go above and beyond with our services, like getting to know our customers by name, offering 24/7 real human phone support, and always keeping a supply of treats for our four-legged friends. You know, the little things. Like when a customer was out of town before a hurricane and their Frost banker drove all the way to Corpus Christi to tie their boat down. We couldn't make that up if we tried. Frost. Exactly what you unexpected.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots on Loop 410 westbound as you approach Fredericksburg Road. This wreck is in the left lane. Stop and go from Calabria, so it's going to set you back about 25 minutes. 410 southbound, the off-ramp to 151. That connector ramp just reopened. A couple of stalls that are off to the shoulder. 410 westbound approaching Evers and 35 southbound approaching Engle up in New Braunfels. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo, No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at HEB.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is the question every Cowboys fan wants to know. Will Jerry Jones pull off a trade?
We will discuss what Jerry has had to say about that. Plus, we'll react to Texans Seahawks with Indy Kalu. He joins us at 3:35.
And the NBA season begins. We're going to talk to Spurs beat writer Jeff McDonald.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, 8:31 on the Morning Huddle 94.1. AJ and Rob in the morning, and
forgive us. I'm a little verklempt right now.
Fix the screen. Yeah, we want to make sure we got everybody in here. We never have guests in studio.
Go get online right now.
Nobody ever wants to come see us in the morning. That's right. Usually I am the most accomplished person in the room, but today, well, sorry. But today we've got a legend, Rob. We've got a legend. Kevin Von Erich joins us here on the program. This is incredible. He is here to promote the AEW show, Dynamite and Collision, coming to the Bowen Center at Techport tomorrow. Yep. So the champion Hangman Adam Page is going to be in action tomorrow. Kevin's going to be out there. You can, if you're lucky, you get like Jesus. You can touch his cloak.
Maybe he'll give you the claw just as you come by. Kevin, clamp in and give you something.
Welcome to the program, Kevin.
First, welcome in, sir.
It's good to be here, you guys.
I did tell Rob before you got here. I would like for you to maybe put the claw on me after we finish this interview.
Oh, gladly.
I would like to see how it feels and if it's debilitating. Like it was one of those moves. You know, I grew up in Houston. I was telling him Sam Houston Coliseum was our mecca for pro wrestling when I was a kid. So I got to see you. I got to see your brothers. Rick Rude before he was in WWF.
He was our champion for a while.
He was. I don't remember which Von Erich I saw wrestling with Rick Rude, but I saw one of you wrestle him, and he got disqualified. He was a big cheater, Rick Rude.
Kerry and I both wrestled him quite a bit.
Yeah, he was a big cheater.
So of all the venues, we talked about Sam Houston, and here in San Antonio, you hit the Joe Freeman, and of course the Sportatorium that we all grew up watching. Is there one you remember that you would go like, we're looking forward to this place because it's nuts?
Man, actually, if you want the truth, the more responsive crowd was San Antonio than Dallas. And we used to love coming down there. We'd come down on Thursday nights, join Harry Freeman Coliseum or the Hemisphere Arena. And man, that rocked. We had such a crowd there. And back then, we wanted the people to come up to us, we wanted the kids to have a great time. And I think they don't do that anymore, probably for insurance,
Is it to keep the fans away from the wrestlers, or the wrestlers away from the fans? Who needs the insurance?
I think there's been a couple incidents.
But that's how it is. It's like it was the hottest place. And then my brothers and I all love coming down here because of the clear water. All your streams, the Guadalupe and the Blanco and the Frio and all of it's the clearest water in Texas, and so we always would come down here and swim in these rivers. We wouldn't even go to the restaurant or to the hotel. We'd go right to the river and dress there.
That's awesome, crazy. Man. That is awesome. Now, it's crazy to me as I was thinking back to when, like you mentioned Rick Rude, or I mentioned Rick Rude, I guess, but everyone knows the tragic family of your story, but guys like Rick Rude, a lot of the guys you wrestled with who you would think shouldn't be dead at this age. Like, do you think there was something about the way that wrestling was back in those days that led to so many young deaths in wrestling?
Yeah, I sure do. I'll tell you, I think a big part of it is the lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like
road lifestyle, you mean?
You're either traveling or you're in a motel, and you either bring your own can of tuna fish sometimes, or you eat what's on the road, fast food, and with trying to maintain your strength and your weight could be tough, and so it is a tough lifestyle. It's for one thing, drinking beer too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I drink that beer after the matches, and they would do that all the time. And their bellies are out to here now, And all my friends that I played football with the same way. All my friends like beer, and I like it too. But I can't drink a 6-pack of anything,
Yeah. Well, now, do you think if the money in when you were wrestling was like it is now? Like, do you think there would have been that much of an issue, or do you think it would have even been worse? Because, I mean, let's face it, the 80s were an era where cocaine was very popular. It was the lifestyle. That was just part of the lifestyle for rock stars, for big stars. So, or do you think if you guys had that kind of money, you wouldn't have had to live as hard? Maybe you wouldn't have had to travel as much.
Like, more money, more problems, man.
No, we were really popular back then, and so when you're a nice subject at the dinner table, and so a lot of stuff's gossip. It's been blown up a little bigger than it really was.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers really didn't have drug issues until their last few years,
You're right.
I mean,
so how much of the movie that we talked about this, the movie that we've all most recently seen that brought the Von Erich name back into the popular parlance, how involved were you with the movie?
Absolutely none, actually. I thought I volunteered to help, but I just had to trust the guys to tell the truth. I didn't, and a lot of stuff they just made up. But
we'll never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
But well, when I think about it, they spent $20 million making this thing, and why would I want to ruin it for them? I mean, it was good for wrestling, I thought, and it was good for my sons.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think they went a little far. My dad was a great man. Yeah, he kicked our butts when we did wrong, and he used a leather strap on our backs, but that's because we were boys and we needed it. We loved him. That's life. I mean, like, maybe it's because he was brought up in those days of the Depression,
the outlaw days.
You don't want your sons to be
tough
idiots. Want to be responsible and respectful.
Yeah, but also, I mean, maybe if that movie were made 20 years ago, he doesn't come off as much of a bad guy as he does now, but the culture is now like, you don't spank your kids anymore. Like that's just not like people are like, oh,
yeah.
they've got to clutch their pearls, so they see that and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy, he was abusive, and it's like,
Yeah, I hate that.
That's just when you were a kid, that was pretty normal.
Well, I was, the show King of the Hill.
Oh, it was one of my favorites.
I watch that all the time, and then Hank says, "Oh, we don't spank." I thought, what? I thought you're Texans.
Yeah, Hank went soft.
You weren't my boy, I'd hug you. That's Kevin Von Erich. He's in San Antonio. Big AEW show tomorrow night down at the Techport. If you don't get your tickets, head down. He'll be down there along with all the world champions and things that are happening this weekend with wrestling. It's booming now. I'm seeing wrestling on Netflix and billion-dollar deals and all of that. If you had your druthers, knowing the way that you grew up, on the life that you lived versus what's going on now, which era would be the best time to be wrestling?
Man, I was actually, my brothers and I were waiting for this day. Really, we were. And I'm telling you that it was frustrating, because I looked around and I didn't see the kind of wrestling that we put out there, But now, these guys, if you've ever seen Hangman Adam Page, some of the guys he wrestles, these guys are the best. I mean, it's awesome just to watch. And I thought, I knew this day would come, but it is here now. I mean, the performance is unbelievable with some of these guys. Page is one of them, and Darby, there's a few other names, great athletes. And so that's, in my day, the emphasis wasn't really on athletes, and that's why my brothers and I did so well. We came right out of college football, and college track, and devoted athletes with a routine, where we were in shape. We were never tired in the ring. And that's how you get beat, being tired, Anyway, we just worked really hard. And now this day has come where you go to the dressing room, there aren't these idiots doing drugs or things like these. Guys are responsible, hardworking, ex-NFL guys or these are athletes that pay the price and guys that have a relationship with God. God, I want to be better every day, and warrior prayer guys, and the world is changing, man. It really is. It was that left so long, and we're coming back, and it's like family now. Love, God first, put each other first. It's a beautiful days on our way. Brotherhood is in Texas always been the reason I missed it so bad.
Now you were in Hawaii for a long time.
20 years, yeah. And I'll tell you, I love Texas, but when I left, I had memories everywhere. My brothers, we hunted here, we hunted there, we dove in this river and Little Lake, and so it was a little painful.
I imagine.
I want to get away from that. And shoot, if you love Texas, you'll really love it when you leave it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you get away for 20 years.
Speaking to those that have had to leave,
fried steak,
absolutely.
Mexican food, friendly people, pretty girls. We got them all in Texas.
And it's all that is trouble too, by the way. The pretty girls and the Mexican food.
That's
it's
what gets you too.
Trouble. Oh my goodness. Speaking of your brothers, the movie left out one of your brothers. Like it didn't even mention. I think is Chris. Is that your youngest brother?
Yeah, Chris. You would have hated that.
Did that bother you? Like, as they're telling you basically your family's life story to just like emit one of your brothers?
Well, here's the deal. See, I told those guys at the movie, I said, look, I'm going to endorse you guys if you're good for the business, and you put my sons in your movies. I want to see my sons on those movies out there.
Yeah.
And said, oh, you got it. And so that didn't happen.
Well.
But at the time, I was like all on board. I wanted them to make a great movie and do their best. I wanted them to have the facts. Like my dad called my mom. My mother was a really attentive mother. Like after school, like I used to fight a lot.
No,
I'm sure I should say I used to beat up a lot. I should say. And so. A little boy, there's a lot of turmoil. I had little brothers, and I couldn't let that happen to them, And so I'd be in my room, like, kind of crying a little bit, and feeling sorry for myself. And my mom would come in. What's the matter? I said, oh, nothing, Mom. Great. How was it today? Oh, great, Mom. Great. Nothing. It was a great day. And so pretty soon she's, well, one time when I was a little, next thing you know, I'm going to get that God of War, Mom. I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win this time,
It's always the mom that gets you off the ground and gets you back to fighting.
Sure.
I want to play some name association. And when I throw out Bruiser Brody, what does that mean to you?
Oh, Brody was like he was like a werewolf, really. He was like the size of a bear, strong as can be, a smart guy, intelligent guy, and my friend. But I have to say, he did have one fault that he would, like most of us wrestlers, we get with muscle memory if you're in an altercation with somebody, I mean, it's hands down, you know what you're doing, you're going to take care of it. And so we don't fight people, really, we don't hit them with our fists.
Right.
Brody would. Brody would.
That doesn't sound like a flaw. You want to have that guy around.
A big old boy to get hit with a fist.
Yeah. And he got in a little set, too, with one of the office guys in Puerto Rico. He had a deal that do y'all want to hear all this?
Absolutely.
Gossip. Nobody knows all this because I don't spread gossip.
Well, we're going to also talk about a book that you
Brody
need to write.
Was, they wondered why they killed him, why he was killed, and he was. They owed him about 120 grand, 80 to 120 grand, and my dad was the president of the NWA back then. He worked the deal out with Puerto Rico that he would take it in $40,000 increments, and get the money paid off, and they had a big show at Roberto Clemente there in San Juan, packed building, because Brody had come back. He would not wrestle in Puerto Rico then, and so he came back, and Brody saw the crowd, and he knew his 120,000 were in there, and they
already,
ate, and he wanted it then, and Brody was like that, he was kind of, that's how he wanted it, and my dad had already worked the deal out, and so he beat the hell out of the guy, beat up the promoter's little brother, cousin, but this guy had been, it's an ugly story really, because the guy that did this, just right before, like a month and a half before, the little girl drowned in their swimming pool.
Oh, goodness.
He was on edge, man. On edge.
Yeah.
Brody kicks his ass.
Yeah.
And so we went and got a knife and killed Brody.
Yeah.
Gutted him.
So just beat up the wrong guy on the wrong day.
That's it. The wrong day.
Man, that is
another
a
story in the life
beat
of
one of
Von
us up. We're in that kind of business. We understand, but that's different. You feel like you're at war with the world, something like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Kevin Von Erich is our guest in here today. I want to ask you about obviously when, you talked about your dad being president of NWA, and everybody knows that at one point before WWF sort of globalized it, there were these territories, and the NWA, you guys ran this territory. Do you think, like you mentioned what wrestling is now, do you think in hindsight that what Vince McMahon did and kind of like centralizing and making it where everybody wrestles in one group, do you think that was a good thing for the business?
Really, Vince and World Class Wrestling were like, big opponents.
Sure.
We had a great TV rating. We're the only show that beat him. I mean, we even beat Saturday Night Live. We had the ratings back then. But I can't say anything bad about Vince, because what he did for my fellow wrestlers, they're wealthy, they're comfortable, they have insurance. A lot of us outlaws aren't like that, but they are, and I'm glad for those guys to be able to have that kind of thing. Only grateful to say to Vince. He's got problems, I know he does, but we all do, and he's my dad told me one day, he said his father, Vince Sr., and Sam Muchnick were the only two promoters in the world, in the wrestling business, that their handshake was a contract. They would not break their handshake.
In a world of outlaws.
And Vince's dad was one of those guys.
I find it interesting how much you believe, and you are a wrestling fan. I mean, not a fan, but you see yourself as a builder, and you want your sport to be better, to help all of that. Considering all that you've gone through, the ups and downs and all this, wrestling is still the most important thing at the end of the day. Is the sport itself better for you? I can see why you're affiliated with AEW.
When the COVID came out and these guys had to wrestle in empty arenas, I don't know how they did that.
Right.
Because we need that crowd. I'm telling you, there are some things I've done in the ring that I couldn't have practiced, because I couldn't have done it without that adrenaline. The people do that, and it's like free-for-all out there, and we just would go as far as you can. That's what these AEW matches are like this now, and I got to say, I think they are, without a doubt, the number one country. I mean, there may have, WWE may be bigger, but I think as far as the talent's concerned, it's more
incredible.
It's not predictable at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the fact that now there's more organizations that can survive, because it looked like when WWF sucked up WCW that it was going to be a monopoly. And the fact that wrestling's gotten big enough now that other organizations can not only exist but thrive, I think
that's a good thing you said that. That's what happened to us. The thing is now you've got all these guys, these millionaires, they've made it and they're stars. Then you've got all these little hungry guys and that is the key to our business being successful. We had young guys and everybody had a say in who their persona was going to be there. And it was just took off because we all, like with Sunshine and Garvin and the ladies, and there was Chris and Iceman, and it was just something all the time, and these were great talent. We were so fortunate to have such compadres back then.
If you could have chosen great football career or your wrestling career?
Man, I was devoted to football. That's all I thought about. I was a punter, a kicker, I played offense and defense. I loved it. And then a day came where my first knee injury. And we were playing UTA there in Denton at the Fouts Field, and took my knee out. And the very next morning, right to surgery. And man, I thought, I can't be hurt. I stood up and I just passed out. Something in me just turned off, man, I am hurt. So they fixed my knee, and I tried to come back too fast because I was always really gung-ho, and I wanted to be first, So I ran with a limp, which is terrible for you. It causes a muscle imbalance, and I hurt my other knee. And so I couldn't play football anymore because of but I just used to love running full speed and unloading on somebody and grind them in that chain a little bit, and I played. At North Texas, we were taught the technique of football, but in my high school, my coach taught us to break out on somebody when they go down, to step on them, hurt them any way you could. It was like if the referee wasn't looking, it was illegal. And I learned all this dirty stuff. But it made us, we didn't really love our coach. We didn't really respect him, but we did know that he wanted to win above anything else. And so we were with him. But at North Texas, for Hayden Fry was right, and he was a force for good, and we were a part of it. And damn, we wanted to tear that building down and get out of that dressing room and hit somebody. It was like I loved football.
But you also, I guess, a wrestling career also allowed you to be with your brothers. And I mean, just hearing you talk, I've known you now for 30 minutes, but that seems like that was the joy of your life, was being around your brothers.
And when those movie people wanted to make the movie, I said, well, one thing you better catch is the love we had for each other, because we adored each other. People wonder about the suicides. How could Fritz make them commit suicide?
Right.
But it was letting each other down. That's how tight we were. We were so ashamed to look at each other. I got arrested, Kev. I know. I made us all look like, It was the shame. It was the shame, did it not, Fritz?
What an incredible story. It's a Texan story. It's something that our contemporaries, I grew up watching you do what you did, and I want to thank you for what you did for us. You were the symbol of right and good for a lot of people. And man, I hated the Freebirds. Man, I wanted you to take them down.
Listen, when I don't remember what year this was, but when your brother Kerry Von Erich was in WWF, and that, like, to me, you guys, like, wrestling at the Sam Houston Coliseum and stuff, to see that on national TV was such a big deal. It's like, oh, these guys have made it to the peak now. They're going to be in there with Andre the Giant and stuff like that. And when your brother beat Mr. Perfect, he became the Intercontinental Champion, Rob. He mattered. Oh, I was overjoyed. And then I don't remember, it was maybe a few months later, he lost to Mr. Perfect because Ted DiBiase, the diabolical Ted DiBiase, was a cheater. I've hated Ted DiBiase since.
I love Ted DiBiase. His dad died in the ring,
I did not know
that.
Yeah,
he's second-generation wrestler. His father died in Amarillo, Texas, and he was a heel, a bad guy. And the crowd cheered while he was dead, laying there in the ring.
That's going out the right way, man.
Yeah.
That's holding on.
That's when wrestling was wrestling.
That's it right there.
That's when men were men.
The crowd loved it.
Kevin Von Erich here to promote the AEW Dynamite and Collision, coming to the Bowen Center at Techport tomorrow. It's gonna air live on TBS. You can see it on HBO Max. Collision's gonna air Saturday, October 25th on TNT, and stream on HBO Max as well. Tickets still available at AEWTix.com. AEWTIX.com. So if you want to go see it, go check it out. There's still some tickets. Kevin mentioned the champ, Hangman Adam Page, is going to be wrestling tomorrow. So get out there and see it. And it's not just, I mean, listen, there's going to be a lot of people out there.
Yes, it's going to be a full house.
It's a
You
big
better
show.
get there
Man.
early.
We're going to see my sons do it.
That's what I was going to ask you.
That's
about.
the
They're
next
going to
thing.
wait till you see this.
Now, tell me about your son's wrestling career. Like, did you encourage them to do this, or did they say, "Dad, this is what I want my life to be," or did you discourage it?
The truth is, just like my dad. Dad told me one day, he said, "Do you want to be like me? Look, I'm so stiff, I can barely walk. You know, I can't ride my tractor. I can't do anything. You know, And I told my sons, we were on the beach in Hawaii, right after we just been lobster diving. We came out, we're all drying off, and I said, "Do you want to be like this? Look at me, I can barely get down and under the reef anymore, you know, and my back is so bad I can't even look around when I'm underwater now." And they said, "Yes, sir, Dad. No, you're right, Dad. But together, I can't wait to be a wrestler like Dad." It's just like my son. We said about my dad. I just want to be just like him, you know, and they want to be just like me no matter what I say. They know they're going to be hurt one day. Dad, this is what we do. We're doing it for the Von Erich name.
I mean, it's just like, if your kids wanted to be football players, they're going to get hurt one day.
Well,
that's just the reality.
There's this rumor
of
that
life.
there's a curse on my family, you know, and my sons, you know, they want to dispel that. You know, people know there is no curse. Watch this, you know, and so it's going to be great tomorrow night. I can't wait to be there. But Adam, there's some great champions and great athletes there. It's a new day in wrestling.
What kind of, obviously, again, I know family's a big deal to you. When you see your sons out there wrestling, like, is it just overwhelming pride?
No, man. That's so hard because, like, I used to be a badass, you know, but now I'm old, and God has been so merciful to me. I can't even hunt. I can't even kill a bird anymore. I look at them, I don't want it to suffer, you know. But when I see my sons get up in that ring, I start freaking crying. I'm and the camera's right there. I see them doing this stuff we do, and the kind of do the little signals they give to each other, and it just chokes me up because I remember us doing that. They're just like brothers.
Do you see a little bit of David, a little bit of Carrie
so
when you're
much.
seeing them up there, a little bit of you? What an amazing feeling that would be.
I mean, what makes wrestling such a family business? Because I see, like, the biggest wrestler in the world, I think, today is Dusty Rhodes' kid. I know Bob Orton's kid is a huge star. Like,
The Rock's
so what is it about wrestling that, like, it's passed down generationally?
You know, I think it goes back because wrestling is a really old sport. Professional wrestling, it started in those carnivals back in the early 1800s, you know. You ever hear the story of some of these guys? I mean, it's on Mighty Milo. And now a lot of this could be legend. It's a long time ago, but Strangler Joe Stecker, Ed Strangler Lewis and Joe Stecker had this big match in the 1800s, and the winner was going to take on Mighty Milo from Europe, but he didn't want to come over here unless he was paid in gold. And it was before that war, that World War, maybe during the First World War. He came over and won, beat the guy, and they gave him the gold belt to take home. He made a belt of it and had all those gold in it, and the ship was torpedoed, and he would not take it off, and that was the end of Mighty Milo.
So he sunk with his championship belt?
Yeah,
well, that's a legend worth it right
a lot
there.
of people died, but he was not going to take that belt off, so he's probably hit the bottom first.
That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Yeah, I'm always fascinated that it's such
and that's why we have a gold belt today.
Well, I'll be darned. So back to the family. Is it about being both an athlete and an entertainer that is the draw? Because you talked about the fans, and you still get to be the athlete, but you get to be the entertainer at the same time. Is that the Von Erich thing?
Well, actually, you got to put yourself in my shoes. Like, my dad was such a great wrestler. There were always reporters at the house doing stories, and so we always had cameras in our faces from the time we were 6, 7 years old, you know, and even before that. And so that was all like not so new to us, and so we could ignore that camera, you know, and it was all about making the match the best you could make it, you know. But that was about being a celebrity and all that. That's kind of really just
kind of secondary.
You can't Christmas shop, you know, and Kerry tried dressing like a sheik one time, with the sheet over him. And it worked for about an hour, and he got caught, Denton Mall as the people got him, and so he thought he was so clever.
So big ass sheik just walked by.
Yeah. That doesn't feel like an inconspicuous
That
costume.
sheik is yoked. Did you see the size of that dude?
Yeah, how about there's a sheik in Denton, Texas?
Which is a little weird anyway.
That sets up alarm bells either way. Mr. Von Erich, it's been a pleasure. Please, guys, go out, see the show. They tour all around the country. We get them in San Antonio. You got to go out there and see this thing. AEW Dynamite and Collision. They're coming to Bowen Center tomorrow. Dynamite, like I said, is going to air live on TBS, stream on HBO Max. Collision is going to air Saturday on TNT and HBO Max. And tickets still available, AEWTix.com. Don't get out of here before you put me in the claw.
We need
That's
to see it.
A priority. But this has been a pleasure and an honor, sir. I loved getting to see you whoop Ric Flair's ass.
Oh, yeah. Tully Blanchard whooped his ass, dude.
Do you think about writing a book or something like that?
Please, write a book.
I am writing a book.
Please.
Okay,
yes.
when is this going to be? Like, how
it's going to be the
close are
real
you?
story, too. I've got a good guy, I believe it was Robert Walensky, that's with the Dull Observer up there. We'll see how it goes, but I never did the book because the story's not over yet,
Well
and so
said.
it's still going on with my boys out there, and so, but I am going to do the book.
We got to get you paid, man.
Well, because these people came out.
I
and
can't
people
believe this
think they know
movie's
me.
not coming to your. This movie money's not coming to you. That pisses me off.
That's what I keep saying.
We'll get this book signing
Yeah.
deal going. Yeah, we'll get it
You ought to
going.
have Ric Flair money right
Yeah,
now.
we need to be.
I'm telling you, I'm almost a sucker for somebody that's got a sad story, and I've really never made big money. Really never have. I'm a father. I have kids, a lot of kids. And in Hawaii, we have 5 houses. And, priorities, when you've lost something as what I've lost, you want to hold on to it. Family is what matters and what counts. And I want to push. Maybe I'm bent from what I've learned, but it's a good way. But family is what matters. And I want to just tell people, marry that girl now. Quit waiting for the right time, because that ain't going to come. It never is the right time. Get married, love her, treat her like a queen, and you'll be the king of her castle and have a great, happy life.
Well, you are a great wrestler and a great man, and it's been an honor to have you here in our studio,
Absolutely.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It was a lot of fun.
And like I said, guys, you'll be able to see him out there at Dynamite tomorrow at the Techport. So get your ass down there, and maybe, who knows, maybe one of the free birds or Ric Flair rolls through.
Man,
and
my sister's so jealous right now. I'm sitting in the same room with Kevin.
I'm going to be there, too, and no telling what I'm going to do.
That's right. My son wanted to skip school today. If it wasn't game day, Holden would have skipped school. And but if he skipped school today, he wouldn't have been able to play tonight. That's the only reason he didn't come today.
What's his name?
Holden.
Oh, Holden?
Yep.
Holden, the left defensive end, and he's my buddy, and we're missing him, but we're going to see him tomorrow night. It's going to be a great time.
Yes, sir. That is Kevin Von Erich. All right, we got to hit a break. Go check out AEW tomorrow. AEWTix.com. We'll be back right after this. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Hurry! Mattress Firm's Upgrade Your Sleep sale ends soon. See their sleep experts today to find your perfect bed from their premium selection and save big on better rest. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Guys, you can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. Could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is right for you. Discovered by most major insurance, affordable self-pay options are available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Bourbon and Brews is back, baby, and we're honoring the pursuit of brews and barrel-aged bourbon every single Friday. You need to head to Twin Peaks from 5 to 7 to experience a lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways. That's only at Twin Peaks. Cheers!
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999, plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Plus qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots on Loop 410 westbound as you approach Fredericksburg Road. This wreck is in the left lane. Stop and go from Calabria, so it's going to set you back about 25 minutes. 410 southbound, the off-ramp to 151. That connector ramp just reopened. A couple of stalls that are off to the shoulder. 410 westbound approaching Evers and 35 southbound approaching Engle up in New Braunfels. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The World Series is set as the Toronto Blue Jays took down the Seattle Mariners behind a Springer dinger yet again. And seventh inning was where it took place. The Toronto Blue Jays now take on the Dodgers on Friday night in the series. There was some good news for Seattle as the Seahawks took down the Houston Texans 27-19. Sam Darnold led the way. Smith and Jigma caught a touchdown. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:07 on the Morning Huddle. 9:07. We never come back at 9:07.
No, but our morning's better than your morning.
That's right. Suck the hole, everybody who didn't get to hang out with Kevin Von Erich today.
Distant second behind us.
Oh, what a day. What a day. How cool was that?
Oh, my gosh. I just hung out with Kevin Von Erich.
No big deal.
No big deal.
NBD, just, me and Kev
Just
hanging out.
Just talking wrestling, that's all.
Just hanging out.
Being
no
dudes.
big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like,
You now have his home address. We know where he lives.
Yeah, it's like, I'll write down
phone numbers.
Say, write down your address. I'll send your boy a photo. And then he's like, you know what? Just bring him out to the show tomorrow.
Just dudes hanging out, a super athlete and then Kevin Von Erich.
Yeah.
A couple of great athletes and Von Erich.
That's
just
right. Yeah, Rob and I didn't want to share our, I could have told him, I was an MMA fighter.
was
and
for a few minutes.
Rob, collegiate basketball player.
But, we didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, but we were like, why don't you talk about your things that you did? Let's make him feel good. He's an old man. He put the claw on me and almost broke my skull.
The dude, he could still take you.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of moves around a little bit. He talks about he's a little slow. No. He's got that wiry strength that
He was talking about jumping on the Harley race and landing on a steel chair and it broke his ribs. These dudes are hard back in the day, man. They were hardcore.
What a life. What an extraordinary life this dude had lived. I hope y'all got if you missed any of it, we could have gone on another hour. We have it on the YouTube feed. We'll have it on the audio vault. I highly recommend spending some time and listening to the great Kevin on here.
Yes, yeah. And I'll make sure we get a picture of Kevin with me. Like somebody saying, put the claw in the.
We got a photo of the claw.
Yeah, we'll put that up on the Instagram at some point.
Awesome.
So, very cool experience for all of us here. All right, and again, if you want to go see the show, it is it's at the Techport Boeing Center at Techport tomorrow. Tickets available at AEWTix.com. I guess I'm going to be there now.
It looks like it. You'll be taking the boy backstage.
That's right. Oh, I'm gonna tell Kevin to put him in the claw. That'll show him. That'll teach him a lesson. Turd. All right. A lot of NBA talk today. We didn't even really mention the football games from last night.
There wasn't a lot there, but worthy of. We saw. We're talking with Seattle. We're talking. That's a good football team.
I think with Detroit too. Detroit's starting to figure some things out.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty one-sided game. But most impressive for me was the Lions' defense. The Bucks were helpless for about
that's scary. There's a war of attrition with those guys. They're really, really banged up. I think they're just running out of bodies. But that's worst case with Tampa. That's
the Bucks defense also all four starters for the Bucks secondary were out last night, and and now granted there's some injury and there was more injuries last night. Mike Evans, that it looks like the 1,000-yard streak season is going to come to an end. He's going to be tied with Jerry Rice. He's not going to break that because he broke something else last night. Broke his collarbone. Super unfortunate ending to his season. But
two playoff caliber teams. We saw two good football teams play last night and did what they needed to do. Darnold is first of all, the Texans defense is solid. So anything that they did was really, really well executed.
But their offense is trash.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So beating the Texans ain't that hard, but if you can score a couple of points, which isn't the easiest thing to do. That was an impressive win from Seattle. Detroit, this is fine. Do that. Let's see what happens in the playoffs, man. You're not. What Detroit told me last night is, yes, you are what we thought you were going to be when you hadn't lost your coaches, your OC and DC. They've rebounded from that. Now you're just going to have to prove that you can beat a big team on a big stage, and that was a nice win last night. But you are who we thought you were.
The NFC West is by far the best division in football.
Easily.
Think about this. The Rams 5-2, and we saw what they did without their best offensive player last week in London.
Dispatch a team that thought they were good.
It beat the snot out of the Jags. The 49ers keep winning despite being the 48ers and being a man short everywhere. They're still 5-2. Seattle's now 5-2. Arizona, listen, I'm not trying to say Arizona's great, but Arizona has lost 5 games in a row, and the biggest loss in that group has been by 4 points. And it's been to they lost to the Niners by 1, Seattle by 3, Colts by 4, Packers by 4.
Right.
They're not losing to bad teams, and they're barely losing, and they're on a backup quarterback.
And I think he's going to be their starter. You got to worry about him. It's those other 3, and one of them's going to get left out. One of them's not going to go to the party, which is going to be a very interesting.
I don't know.
We'll see. I think the Cowboys might be racing into a place where they might steal a wild card spot from somebody.
That would be impressive, but I mean, right now, unless the only one I could see San Francisco falling apart, but I think the Rams and the Seahawks might be the 2 best teams in the NFC.
Last night, Seattle looked really, really good. I'm not full in like I am on the Rams, but that's a good football team.
I can't believe I'm looking at Sam Darnold going, yeah, this is one of the best teams in the NFC. And for the second year in a row, Sam Darnold is quarterbacking one of the best teams in the NFC.
Minnesota has ruined the day.
It's
they chose
absolutely insane.
direction. But the one thing that I worry about Seattle is a consistent run game. If they can run the ball like they did kind of last night, that's scary. That's good.
They basically split carries between Walker and Charbonnet last night. Charbonnet ended up with a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, they're giving it to the wrong guy because K9's on my fantasy team.
Oh.
They're making terrible decisions on field.
Their decisions are resulting in touchdowns, so I think they're probably happy
about
with it.
winning. Let's worry about things that matter in my fantasy roster.
Whereas the Texans now are they are, I don't want to say they're not quite corpse bad, but they're close to corpse. If you told me they would have they'd have one more win than the Titans at this point, I would have said something's gone drastically wrong, and clearly something's gone like.
This is bad, man.
Yeah.
This is really bad. You shouldn't be this bad of a football team. And I know injuries are a reason, but you didn't stock up appropriately for 2 consecutive off seasons. I mean, this is bad. This is a bad situation to be because now you're not terrible. You're not good. You're just average. You're an average football team. That's the worst place to be.
I mean, their only 2 wins are over the hapless Titans and the corpse of the Ravens without Lamar Jackson.
This is not where you're supposed to be. And for whatever reason, you aren't there. And one more loss, and it's what about next year? One more loss. You get one more. That's it.
Listen to this upcoming schedule for the Texans. 49ers, Broncos, Jags, at Tennessee, Bills, at Colts, at Chiefs.
Yeah, man, it's over. No, they get one more loss and some appropriate wins. They can get themselves someplace close, but I can't see it.
They're going to lose 10 games.
Yeah, they're not that good, and there should be better. Even with the injuries, I don't see a team that's trying to next man up it. I don't see it. I just think that they've got some talented dudes that are keeping them in games, but the team itself is not worthy.
And Nico Collins getting a concussion gives him one less weapon.
Wasting such a good defense too.
I don't know what the long term of this team is, but it doesn't look good right now. Things are getting ugly there in Houston, and they were minus money to win the division.
Yeah,
they were like one of the biggest favorites to win their division because everybody thought, oh, the Colts, the Jags, the Titans, they all stink. Well, it turns out the Colts are really good. The Colts are in the discussion with the Cowboys for best offense in football. Do you know what the Colts? I heard this stat yesterday. This is so crazy. The Colts' points per drive is over 3.5. That means they score a touchdown every other time they get the ball.
Yeah.
That is better than...
That's the greatest show on turf numbers.
It's better than the Patriots team that went undefeated in the regular season, the Brady, Randy Moss Patriots team.
They're boarding those Rams numbers back from like 99 when you couldn't stop them.
That's insane. And that's Daniel Jones-led Colts.
Oh. Well, yeah. This is the worst time to be average. This is the worst time to just be kind of half-ass into it because you're getting lapped by a team that started before you or after you did. You know, they were the Colts were 2 years behind the Texans in building a team.
Yeah.
When the season started.
The Colts
they have lapped them.
The Colts whiffed on a first-round starting quarterback.
And still lapped them.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, there's some trouble afoot in Houston, and there's going to be a price to pay. I don't know how or where, but there will be a price to pay.
I know D'Amico was a feel-good story. It doesn't feel that good right now.
Starting to feel like the rest of those New England assistant coaches that went out and tried to do and can't.
It doesn't
Only
feel
Vrabel.
doesn't feel that good right now. All right, I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Oh, yes, friends. I'm back in the game, baby. Back in the game after last night. I had Jahmyr Gibbs' longest rush, and then he broke off like an 86-yarder. I was like, well, that was pretty easy. That was real simple. I also had Julio Rodriguez higher than 1.5 of total bases. He hits a home run. Easy money. Why aren't you making this money on Underdog? And the NBA starts tonight, guys. Playing on Underdog is so easy. Just pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Points, rebounds, assists, whatever. You get them right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. 5,000 times. I know I'm playing on Underdog tonight, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I was talking about the Thunder running it back. I'm going to be all over the Thunder tonight. I'm going to be on Shea, points, rebounds, assists higher, and I'm going to be on Chet early on. Chet rebounds and points higher. So I'm going to be all over that. There's something every night on Underdog. NFL, college football, NBA, Major League Baseball. You want to play during the World Series, you can do it. It's so simple. Download the app today. Use promo code Alamo. You'll score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and heads up if you're headed towards the airport. We're getting reports of some malfunctioning traffic lights right at D. Howard, eastbound, westbound, 281 to airport. We do have police on scene directing traffic, but it might slow you down if you have a flight out this morning. I-10 westbound at Proban, accident with 3 right lanes blocked, has you slow from Hagberry Pine Street, so tack on at least an extra 10 minutes to your commute. And 281 northbound Thousand Oaks, minor accident now off to the shoulder. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
1, 2, 3, come on! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim B. You like that? How about them Cowboys? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code Clinton. That's promo code Clinton. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Claire. She loves her motorcycle, and she's learned to love the insects she encounters on her rides. She may not know the difference between a gnat and a mosquito at 55 miles per hour, but she does know one thing. It's always gross when one flies into her mouth. But she's so used to it that it's weird when it doesn't happen. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back with comprehensive and collision coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Did Kevin Von Erich come to your work today and put you in the Iron Claw, or is it just me? Oh, just me? Oh. Must suck to be out there, not at my job.
Well, no. Getting the claw put on is not a real benefit in most places.
No, but
Showing
today...
up and getting the claw clamped on you at work, normally that keeps me home.
Yeah, but today it was awesome.
It was different.
Today was awesome, man. Yeah.
In fact, my entire life, I've tried to work places where I was pretty comfortable that I would not get the claw clamped on me by Kevin Von Erich. But now it actually happened that the claw was applied in my presence. He might have gone wrestling on me. I wasn't going to do that.
Your sister's going to be very jealous, huh? She's a Kevin Von Erich fan?
She was a big Von Erich fan.
Oh, me too.
She was.
Me too. Yeah. What a man. What a man.
They were at the convention center, and it was one of those big Von Erichs versus Freebirds, and we got real close seats, and we were so close that Carrie slapped one of the big one of the Freebirds. I forget what
Terry Gordy. Yep.
Slapped Gordy on the side of the face, and we were covered in spit and sweat and blood. It was great.
The good old days, glory days. Oh man, I wanted to ask. I should have asked him about Carrie's foot because
we could have gone an hour.
I know. Edwin, of course, the party poopers in there. Let's take a break. Just take a break. I know you're because Edwin doesn't know Kevin Von Erich. He doesn't know what a big deal it was. You know, Edwin's like,
I just wasn't going to look in the window.
Yeah, Edwin was. If we were in here with Angel Reese, Edwin would have been like, "Oh, it's Angel Reese."
One of the many failures for the Milwaukee franchise.
Yeah. If it were Ricky Weeks or Bill Hall, he would have been all excited.
Ryan Braun.
Yeah,
Ryan Braun would have been here. Yeah, we'd had all the time we wanted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Where's Richie Sexton? No, we were talking. That's a real legend we were talking to, and Edwin's like, "Go to break. Go to break."
This old guy out of here.
Only was talking for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Again, we could have done. I could have talked to him for an hour.
His brother Kerry pulled off the most miraculous thing of all time in being a professional wrestler in the ring for a couple of years and didn't have a foot.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was.
He didn't have a foot.
That's the craziest thing is I didn't know it. I didn't know it until that movie came out.
Yeah.
Can you stop doing that with your pen? It's like it's painful in my ears.
Can you hear it?
Yes. Yeah. I had no idea that's what I was gonna say. I wanted to ask him about it, but Edwin, go to break. I'm gonna get in trouble. We ain't gonna get in trouble. Kevin would have put Dax in the claw so hard. Dax would have had nothing to say about it.
Our boss was in here too.
Yeah.
He showed us his claw hand. And he said, "Man, my hand's been stepped on
It's been stomped and hit with chairs.
So there was like a gully.
It's like missing bones or
It's
something. It's crazy.
Yet the claw still. Oh.
Man, what a man! What
to see him make lemonade.
Man.
Just
easy. He almost made lemonade out of my skull. It was possible. Hey, I normally we use this segment to look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. There was a big controversy yesterday. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Did you see what Kristen Bell posted on the interwebs?
Now she's got a interesting. What's her husband's name?
Dax Shepard.
That's an interesting relationship, anyway. So, that was weird. Man.
They're in trouble. They're in hot water now.
That was weird.
Listen, man. I'm a big believer in you want to. It's not like
you want to do stuff to each other. That's fine.
Yeah, your social media. You can't. You got people say, "Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that." I'm so tired of people saying you can't say that.
Well, it was weird.
It's weird, yeah, but they always say weird stuff.
So I know you're kind of out there, but that's kind of a weird way to put out happy anniversary.
Yeah, they've already been in trouble. They've caught heat before when Kristen Bell talked about reading Dax his journal, like his personal journal, his private journal, without his permission. They talked about their kids drinking non-alcoholic beer at breakfast with them, and people were like, "Oh." Now it's another thing. So she posts a picture of them together. It's their 12th anniversary. And she says, "Happy 12th wedding anniversary to the man who once said to me, I would never kill you. A lot of men have killed their wives at a certain point. Even though I'm highly incentivized to kill you, I never would."
That's loving words.
Loving words. But she got in a lot of heat over this. And then he got heat for even saying it apparently 12 years ago. He says this, and now he's getting, because it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. No one's encouraging domestic violence. No one, I get that there's some things that are sensitive to joke about, but at the end of the day, these two people are comedians.
What I found most funny about this story was that when I was reading the story, they either hyphened out or kill or murder. They even blocked it out in the story.
Oh my gosh!
Because even though I'd be highly incentivized to XXY and what exactly did he say? Oh, it's only murder.
We are so soft as a society.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
And that's a wildly sad and insensitive thing to say, considering it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month and thousands of women had died at the hands of the man they trusted. Well, let's talk about, can we not joke about women cutting men's penises off? Because that happens too. But it's a joke. If you say it as a joke, it's funny.
What was the movie? Saving Sarah
Silverman?
That was her movie.
No, that was Saving Sarah Marshall.
So, I mean, after that movie, I didn't really like her. So I kind of,
Oh,
mad
yeah.
at her.
Yeah.
This is a good reason.
That's a good reason, too.
I wonder if they're going to lose their card commercial gig.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because he might kill her if she had
It doesn't seem like
life
that.
Insurance. If you had more life insurance, I'd kill you.
We're just making jokes, people. What are we doing? Finally, oh, man, bad news for Tron. I wish Vic was here to answer for this. That Tron Ares. So the reports were that it cost between $170 and $180 million to make. Currently, it's at about $160 million is what it's made. So it's the thought was it was going to break even. But now apparently sources have learned that the movie actually cost $220 million to make, not $170 million. They ain't making that back. So
not anytime soon.
No, that ain't going to be a profitable movie. And
is it any good?
I don't know, but you know who is in a lot of movies that don't make the money back that they cost to make? Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
It seems like every movie he makes that's got any kind of real budget never makes its money back.
Has he ever made a good movie? He's always a serial killer or a preacher. I don't dislike him, but at some point, be a star.
He's not a star.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but they keep telling me he is. At some point. And Jared Leto's in this movie. And if you haven't heard his music, no, his music sucks too.
He was in that movie Morbius. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is a big movie."
Yeah, you can't carry that.
That movie stunk.
So no, I'm out on the Jared Leto stuff. He's an intriguing character on the edges, but he can't carry a movie.
No, they tried to make him the Joker.
Yeah.
He was the worst Joker.
I'm tired of being told he's great.
Yeah, I'm trying. What's his best movie?
I don't know.
You know what? He was in the what's the movie where McConaughey's got AIDS? Dallas Buyers Club. He's in that. That's pretty good.
Wasn't he kind of trans in that? Didn't he play a gay character?
I think so, yeah.
So, I mean, he stretched his limits. I'll give him that. But they tell me he's a great musician. I don't appreciate the music. And, he's either a serial killer or this.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's he's not my favorite. My favorite, but it's none of my business. But yeah, it looks like he is going to lose money. All right. We've got to play The Stat is Right. The Stat is Right. You have the music for me, Edwin?
This week.
No.
Your MVP.
Edwin, damn it.
Your MVP candidate, Dak Prescott. Oh, here we go.
I got to do everything myself around here.
Did you have it over here?
I got it over here, yeah.
Asking that?
Because Vic always plays it for me. This is a break glass in case of emergency.
I got a job to do. Everybody settle down. Now time for the next edition of The Stat is Right. We'd like to welcome aboard, most recently Claude in long-term suplex. His name is A.J. Barker.
Thank you, Robbie. Come on down. The next contestant on The Stat is Right. It's a very simple game. All you're going to have to do is tell me how many yards will Dakota Prescott throw for this weekend. And if you're right, if you're the closest of our 5 guesses over the week, you will head to Dallas, Texas. Well, I guess to Arlington, Texas. You could go to Dallas too if you wanted. Yeah, hell, you could go wherever you like. You could stop at Buc-ee's if you want. We don't
probably stop at 3 of them if you take the right path.
If you take the right path, yes. But you will get tickets to the game against the Arizona Cardinals, and all you got to do is project how many yards will Dakota Prescott throw for against the Denver Broncos. Caller number 7, 210-656-ESPN. Caller number 7, you're the next contestant on The Stat is Right. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Right now, there's a job site sitting idle. There's a job site right now sitting with nothing getting done because their equipment is broke, sucks for them. There's other job sites that are busy and active. Those that have a Kubota on the property, you know it's going to be busy and active. And if there's ever a problem on those work sites, you know if you bought your Kubota from Ewald Kubota, help is on the way. That's the great thing about Ewald Kubota is sales and service follow the purchase. The purchase is just the beginning of a long-term relationship. And let's talk about that purchase real quick. I love to say it, so does John Ewald. No reasonable offer is ever refused. And when that offer is accepted, did you know there's also great financing behind that? How about 0 down and 0% for interest for 84 months on select Kubota tractors? That's a Kubota deal. And to follow up with the service on your lot when you need the parts, they've got you covered all the time. And if you need new construction equipment, the deals just keep coming at Ewald. How about 0% for 36 months and up to $5,500 select construction equipment? As the summer heat goes down, so do the prices. Get yourself over to Kubota and pick up all that equipment you might have been putting off. And if it's time to head out to the lease and it's time to get yourself something to and from that beautiful hunting blind, it's time to head over to Ewald to get the ATX and all the fun that you can get with the all-terrain vehicles they've got. Follow Ewald's Kubota on social media, and you might see the stories of satisfied customers just like me, just like your friends. Sales, parts, reliable, quick service, rentals, they're all under one roof. 'Tis the season to head over to Ewald Kubota. If they don't got it, you don't need it. And if they do got it, you can make an offer and get it at home with financing appropriate to your approved credit. That's Ewald Kubota from the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country. Ewald Kubota, well, they're certainly your Kubota dealer.
Setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
All right, everybody. Good morning. We're wrapping it up here, man.
Flew by today when you have heroes in your midst.
Oh, man.
Like Edwin. And then there's a guy named Von Erich.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Just Kevin Von Erich showing up
talked
at our
about
work.
this when he left. He always wrestled without shoes on. He was always barefoot.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I guess now, like, I think there's a lot of guys who do that now, actually. But it's I would just worry about getting my toes stomped on.
Athlete's foot.
Well, yeah, it's probably gross.
Ugh.
But, I mean, MMA fighters fight with they fight barefoot. It's I guess it's not unreasonable, but
I mean, I've got toes that I could use as toenails I could use as weapons.
Oh,
I mean, I could.
How come you're so particular about women taking care of their toes, but you don't take care of yours?
Because I'm not a woman.
Oh.
I'm not a lady.
You like to I'm a man. I grow my toenails out.
My toenails are long. I shave wood with them.
Oh yeah. Did you ever get your that thing fixed?
Oh, no, that is unfixable. My that toe thing.
Yeah,
I can't get. That's a bone thing. That's going to take surgery. I just got.
No. I'm talking about.
Oh no, it's actually working.
The mildew or whatever it is, like the.
I've got a rotten toe.
The black toe.
I've got the fungal infection. No, I've been taking these pills,
and it's working.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no more fungal toe in my life.
So it's gone altogether.
You can't tell, but it's one of those things I got to go for like a year.
Okay.
It's like deep in the bones.
It's like a corn tooth, but on your toe.
Kinda. It's really cute. Now you're talking about something that needs to be painted.
Oh yeah, if I were you, I'd paint my toes if I had that.
Well, that one it's a different kind of toenail.
Oh,
it's taken on its own life.
It's got its own Instagram.
It's got its own Instagram account. I'm collecting Social Security off of it right now.
All right, let's wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily lines.
It's It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah! All right, we are underway in the NBA tonight. Oklahoma City, 6.5-point favorite hosting the Rockets. Total 228.5.
You got to figure early. I like the over on that. That's a lot of points, but there's a lot of bucket getters in this game. I don't know how good defense is going to be.
But also, like, do you worry a little bit about? Like, I know Houston's got a bunch of bucket getters, but these guys haven't played together at all.
But that's such a big number. I just don't think there's going to be a lot of defense played unless Amon Thompson decides to play some defense. But I think there's just going to be a lot of baskets made.
I think the Thunder win by double digits tonight.
Yeah, I don't think they're the team that should. I mean,
they're hanging a banner tonight. Yeah, the crowd's going to be wild. And again, you got a team that's got nothing but continuity going up against a team that is starting from scratch.
No point guard. Yeah.
Warriors 2.5-point road favorites at the Lakers.
Now that I don't get.
Well, I mean, no LeBron.
Yeah. But they do got a Luka.
They do have a Luka, but they don't have anything else. That's the problem. It's like Luka and who? So basically, it's the Warriors minus 2.5 at the Luka.
Pretty much.
Is the Luka enough to win one as an underdog?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I figure he'd probably be close to 50 if you add points, rebounds, and assists together. So, yeah, I think he'll put together a decent game.
225.5 is your total in that one. That feels like an under to me because that
that's probably more likely.
And then we'll get into all the games tomorrow, but San Antonio at Dallas, what do you think that number is?
If I was a betting man, which I kind of am, I'd take Dallas in 3.
It's Dallas plus 2.5 or minus 2.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Luka and Bronny. I can't imagine Bronny's on the floor tonight. There's no way.
I'm shocked he made the team. Legitimately, I could not
believe
it. They acted like they were going to cut him. Even LeBron said, well, if they cut him, it ain't no big deal. He got, I had my dream. We played together for a year. It's over.
They'll cut him by the end of the year.
I can't imagine he stays. And I'm not mad at him. I think he's probably got some NBA game eventually. But right now,
no.
You need to be in the G, man. Sitting on the Laker bench is just a travesty.
Florida International hosts Kennesaw State.
Hate the Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw State, 3-point road favorites. Give me Florida International tonight. I like them. In fact, I'm probably going to play a little money line on them, too. You can plus 135 on the money line. Western Kentucky, the Toppers, the Hilltoppers, are at Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech, a 3.5-point favorite in that one. Major League Baseball, again, we won't play until Friday, but minus 215 is the Dodgers number, plus 180 the Blue Jays number. If you like the Dodger or the Blue Jays plus 1.5 games, you can get that at around minus 110. That's about the line. So they're basically saying, are the Blue Jays going to win 2 games?
And I would say probably not.
Okay.
I think a gentleman's sweep's probably in order, and that's going to be lucky.
Okay. National Hockey League tonight. The Devils. Vicky Valancourt's the Devil. They're in Toronto taking on the Maple Leafs. Leafs minus 120. The Sharks are at the Islanders. Islanders minus 230. The Kraken in the nation's capital taking on the Capitals. The Caps are minus 260. The Canucks are minus 115 on the road at Pittsburgh. Edmonton Oilers minus 125 in Ottawa. Florida Panthers minus 155 at Boston. The Blue Jackets are in Dallas. Stars minus 200 favorites there. The once mighty Ducks head to Nashville to take on the Predators. Predators minus 125. L.A. Kings are at the Blues. Blues minus 130 in St. Louis. And the Colorado Avalanche are minus 150 in Utah, taking on the Mammoth. The Mammoth.
You think Luka's got 8 assists in him tonight?
Who would he pass to?
That's what I'm saying. It's a weird number, so I'm going to go less than that. Right.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's the case. What are the give me some numbers in that let's look up the
give you some hot numbers coming out of the NBA tonight. Popular bets laying if you're on Prize Picks and you want some freebies, they got Steph Curry at 0.5 points. That's an easy.
I think he might do that.
Shai Gilgeous hanging around at 31.5 points tonight. Luka, 47.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Alperen Sengun, more or less 9 rebounds.
Ooh, I'll go less.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one against that OKC front line.
Points, rebounds, assists for Shea, 43.5.
That's a lot, right?
I think he's going to get it, though.
You think so?
I think he'll get it. And Chet Holmgren, 7.5 boards. I like higher on that, too.
He's going against a big old Sengun.
He is. Well, but although I don't know, I don't know how they match up. Like, I don't know if that's going to be.
I don't think they guard each other. I'm just talking. They're going to be standing in the paint together, fighting over those rebounds.
For sure. I'm excited for that game. It's going to be a fun game. Kevin Durant, higher, lower, 2.5 3-pointers made.
That's a tough one. I'd go points more than 3-pointers. What do they have on?
On his points, 23.5.
That sounds doable.
Okay. Boy, that means they're feeding him.
I think there's going to be a lot of baskets. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be a lot of defense tonight.
Give a guy $90 million. You want to see what you got, I guess. You want to kick the tires on your $90 million investment. I could see.
You think Karl Anthony Towns got 11 rebounds in his game tonight?
He don't play he plays tomorrow, right?
Yeah, coming up in the next couple of days.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, 10.5 rebounds.
But probably. I mean, that's his job. That's like you got one job. Well, finish pick and rolls and rebound. I think he can do that. I did want to look at some of the early college football lines for the Texas teams. Texas Tech, 38.5-point favorites over Oklahoma State.
I don't want to be a Cowboy this weekend.
Texas, 7-point favorites at Mississippi State. I can't. I want a 7.5, but I like Mississippi State. I don't
really.
Yeah. Dude, Texas sucks.
No, I'm not. They're bad, but I think we've seen all that Mississippi State's been capable of, and they're on a steady decline. I think don't check out so quick on this.
Kentucky stinks.
They did.
And Kentucky thoroughly outplayed Texas.
They did, but Kentucky's better than Mississippi State. Which isn't saying much.
It's not saying much.
Yeah.
TCU, 14.5-point favorites at West Virginia. I think TCU does that.
Yeah, that seems small
West
to me.
Virginia stinks,
Yeah, they're
man.
terrible.
They're in bad shape right now. Texas A&M fighting Aggies. 2.5-point favorites at LSU. LSU's taking a little bit of money.
I was going to say, I'm getting calls from the nervous veterinarian underground. They're very concerned about the pass defense coming up. While, Nussbaum hadn't been super.
I think Nussbaumer's a bum.
We have Mr. Nussbaum has been working on. I think that the fear is that right now Brian Kelly is literally coaching for his LSU career, and if there's anything to be had, if he can wring anything out of him, it'll be Saturday night against the Aggies.
Give me A&M.
Yeah, I still fall that way, but stranger things have happened.
But I will say this: this is the kind of game that usually keeps A&M from being
all of that
elite. Is a game like this.
Like, what happened to you, man?
Usually they'll lose a game against a premier opponent, and they'll lose a game that they shouldn't lose.
And rebound to the loss. And this is, there's reasons behind all this. I don't think it's as terrifying as it could be. Like I keep saying, I don't want them to fire Brian Kelly. I want him to be just good enough to be awful. Just hang around and be average. And I get the sense that A&M can probably end his LSU coaching. If they can put it together and hang one on them in Baton Rouge, Kelly won't survive a day. They'll fire him he won't make it to Sunday.
Well, good news. They won't fire him before the Aggie game.
No, at least
so
he's going to have to
at least have that one. North Texas is at Charlotte. They're laying 26.5. Oh, that was a great story that Kevin told. I wanted him to tell it on the air. Kevin sat down and he was like, "Man, I was, Kevin's."
He saw the UTSA helmet.
Yeah, he's a North Texas guy. He said, "I was real excited to see North Texas and UTSA, so I went to go open it up on my computer and watch it." And he's like, "I'm not great with computers," and I'm watching it, and man, UTSA is just kicking our ass.
We both looked at him like, "What? What game did you watch?"
And then he says, and then I realized, oh. This is last year's game.
No, I went the other way this year, hero.
Dude, how great was that?
Put it on us.
And he was like, yeah, and then I found out we kicked their ass. Made me feel a lot better. He actually lives somewhere around here, right?
He said he lived, I don't want to give exactly, but around Kerrville.
Yeah.
Around there, yeah.
He said he's just happy to be back in Texas.
Yes,
man.
sir.
You go away
20
for a
years
while.
in Hawaii.
I mean, which, by the way, can't be that bad.
I was going to say, that probably got you the Zen part of your life back in order.
Yeah, that's why he can't kill birds anymore.
The poor guy can't scuba and because his neck's so tight when he's at the reefs. It's hard life.
A hard life. Hard life.
I cannot believe I sat down and talked with Kevin Von Erich.
One of the coolest things that's happened to us.
There's been some things that I have done that came unexpected. This one was expected, and it was better than I thought it would be.
Yep.
Go listen to it if you missed it.
All right, friends, that does it for us today. The Blitz comes up at 2. They'll try and do a comparable show, but Kevin Von Erich's not coming on their show, so sucks for them. We will be back and do it all over again tomorrow. Until then.